getting out to you on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. The NFL Draft is tonight. Looking forward to that. The coverage for us starts at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. Tomorrow, we're off a little early because the coverage will start at 5 o'clock. So tonight, we got the first round. Tomorrow night, second and third, and then the final draft rounds 4 through 7 will be on Saturday.
I won't be there for that, Anthony.
Kerry.
I won't be there Saturday.
The NFL Draft always reminds me of you and Michael Young.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Jamie, when we were the Rams radio network.
Yeah.
Kerry, Michael, and I, we were on air from the first pick in round 2 all the way through Mr. Irrelevant.
Good, clean fun, man.
That'd be awesome. You guys must have loved that.
Man,
all those different players that you get to talk to while the long periods of time are elapsing between picks. And then as it gets deeper and deeper into the draft, and
the deeper you go,
the more obscure players that are there's more to talk about for those guys.
Very true.
Actually, probably the opposite.
Spot on, Jamie. No, spot on.
Less to talk about.
Yeah.
More obscure of the pick. Mm-hmm. Round 7, we're just saying things.
I was going to say, just, at some point, just make up stuff. Oh, this player
Tell us
here
about
likes
this
to,
guy. He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
6'4".
I watched him play once.
That's why he looks like he throws the football.
Yeah, man.
His dad noticed he could really throw rocks far as a youngster. Put a football in his hand.
Yeah. At that point, you're praying it's a quarterback of a school that you know. Day 3 got a little long. Night 1 was always fun. Remember, it was like Steve Savard, DeMarco. Not us. Like, they handled round 1. And then the pros went home, and the rest of us took over.
They brought in us.
The pros went home.
That's how it was.
Sevy and DeMarco were like,
I'm out of here.
We ain't coming back. We need this coverage. Good luck, boys.
Know these guys.
Yeah. All right, so the Cardinals. We do this after every series that the Cardinals play. Let's do some highs and lows from the Cardinals-Marlins series. They dropped 2 of 3. More highs than lows, pretty much, leading up to that series. But I think we got a little bit more lows this time around.
Can we, until further notice, just benchmark the bullpen as a low? Like, do we need to hit on that every single time, or should we go in a different direction? Because if we're being honest, the bullpen it's
an all-time low.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far. I was just going to say that it is concerning, and I mean, we had BT on yesterday, and I asked him, how do you fix it? And he told me if I could have a big office downtown. So I'm actually actively working on it, so I don't want to give out any details. I want that office downtown.
You're actually?
I'm actively working on it.
I thought maybe BT had mentioned that, and I missed that part.
No. He said if you can fix it, you can have a big office.
Okay, so
downtown.
Carey's now trying to fix the bullpen.
I'm going to actively work on fixing that bullpen.
Got it.
But I don't want to give any insider trade, any details to what I'm doing, and somebody steal my ideas, and now it's their office downtown.
Okay, no, fair.
Make sense?
So to answer your question, we can always just kind of put the bullpen in the low category. That's fine. Yeah.
Until it's
further notice.
Until it's a high. Yeah.
I didn't think the bullpen, though, was the problem in this series.
I thought the offensive inconsistencies, especially in games 1 and 3. Now, 3, you didn't really have a great lineup.
What?
Yep.
Do tell.
Mm-hmm. Game 1, only 3 runs, limited pressure outside of a couple of innings. Very inconsistent. Game 3, you had 3 hits total until the 9th inning. Not great.
Not good.
Shut down by Miami's pitching depth. I thought that the stretches of quiet bats were much more so in this series than in previous series. So I would go with the offense.
Are we doing lows first?
Yeah, let's go lows first.
Man.
You dropped 2 of 3. Let's go lows.
All right, Jordan Walker didn't get a home run. That's a low.
Okay, yeah, that's certainly low. Yeah. Continued his hitting streak for one.
But you know what, Anthony? You're going to show us the power? You better show us the power all the time.
Yvonne Herrera hit a home run yesterday, not the night before. That's a low.
What?
Yeah.
Well, the starters, right? So outside of Dustin May, you had Micah McGreevy, who gave up 4 runs, and you had Kyle Leahy, who gave up 4 runs. The bullpen, they only gave up 3 runs. One of them was in the 9th inning of a game that you lost, that you were going to lose. Ryan Fernandez, we talked about that a few days ago, where he could not hit the strike zone. And then Stanek gave up a couple of runs in a win, made that game a little bit closer. But yesterday, bullpen was fine, but Kyle Leahy was not. So Milo is the starters outside of Dustin May. So McGreevy, who had a no-hitter going for a little bit, but 8 runs total by 2 of your starters.
Yeah. I think McGreevy you excuse because he had been good, and he was very efficient throughout game 1 until things unraveled with the 4 earned runs. Kyle Leahy hasn't been good from the jump. I mean, that's the reality. 4 earned runs yesterday, constant traffic. It just wasn't good. So you're right, Marsh. Outside of Dustin May, the 2 starters that pitched weren't great. And I do think the bullpen showed some cracks and some key moments, too. I mean, game 1, there was an inherited runner scored on a wild pitch. Momentum completely flipped in that game. Game 2, you had a near collapse with the bases loaded and a 2-run single that was allowed. So while it wasn't a disastrous performance from the bullpen, it was hardly good. And Jordan Walker, he wasn't, he's in a bit of a funk right now. But I'm not going to nitpick him. What about highs? Carey, what was your high?
Oh, man. I mean, you talked about Jordan Walker being in the funk. I may push back on that a little bit. He went 0 for in his last game. Didn't play Sunday.
Based on what he was doing.
But he had a 15-game
I said he hasn't hit a home run,
I don't think you're going to not. But the highs, for me, are also Jordan Walker.
What?
There are 2 aspects of the game.
He played one game and he went hitless in another.
And he threw somebody out, albeit it was a home run, and they reviewed it. He threw that guy out. He held another runner. He's doing a fantastic job in the field. He's utilizing his speed on the bases in the game on Friday. He got a single, stole a base, scored 2 of the runs. I think that he still can be a high, even without having hit the home runs. Jamie, it's not all about the long ball. We've talked about this. It's called baseball, not long ball. You guys got to get it together. You're part of the problem. You.
What the hell?
You and you are part of the problem now.
Coming
this
from
long
you?
ball,
That's
home
grand.
run, strikeout philosophy that you 2 are going with right now.
Wow.
And it's normally just him, but now you jumped your butt right on the train with him. You're riding with him. Riding shotgun. It's ridiculous,
You know what?
man.
It's an honor to ride with Jamie Rivers.
Trust me,
right?
I do agree. I'll ride shotgun with you.
Ride or
every
die.
day, brother.
All right.
Fine, you can have your Jordan Walker for 1 game. He was great for 1 game, Carey. You're right. 1 game he played.
Well, I think the middle of the order had some big moments, too. Alec Burleson had the 2 RBIs in game 2. Nolan Gorman drove in a key insurance run at one point, and Ivan Herrera was really the lone bright spot yesterday, offensively.
I was going to go with Dustin May again. I know it's obvious, but he was terrible his first 2 starts, and then for him to put together 2 really good starts the last couple times in, I mean, that has to be a high. It just has to be, because you were looking for that guy to be what he is right now.
He was the only starter that pitched well in Miami. Marsh, any other highs for you?
Yeah, Riley O'Brien. He's doing fantastic still.
He just keeps doing his thing.
He's up there with Mason Miller, best closer in the game. And, a lot of people are talking now about potentially trading Riley O'Brien because he's pitching so well. He has now entered that conversation when we approach the trade deadline.
What's his walk-up song or walkout song?
O'Brien?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I know Mason Miller's.
To it quickly this year. Remember we had a little talk?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little early to give him a walkout song. He hadn't done much yet. But now I feel not only should he have the walkout song, should have like a specific song, like with lights and like the stuff they do.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's reached that level now for me.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Mason Miller is corn. Did you see that yet?
Yes.
In San Diego?
That's what I'm saying, though. If he's every bit as good as Mason Miller is right now, then he's got to have something cool like that going on.
I'm with you. So
like Busch Stadium's wanting to sell the event.
What do you think the walkout song should be?
I don't know. I wish I knew what kind of music he liked. Because if I made him a walkout song and he hates that kind of music, then it's kind of defeating the purpose.
It's got to be something heavy. It just
Heavy
has
metal?
to be. It doesn't have to be heavy metal.
Oh.
But you can't walk out there to, some light country music. Okay?
So the Cardinals website actually has all of the walk-up songs, including the relief pitchers and whatnot. And Riley O'Brien's is "Spicy" by Nas.
Spicy by Nas.
By
See, that
Nas?
doesn't do
Nas.
that. That doesn't do it for me.
NAS?
Yep.
It
The
doesn't
one
do it
that
for
goes,
me.
it's spicy.
I'm trying to hear.
I don't know, but it is
Spicy.
what spicy. That's what the kids are saying these days, according
is.
to
But
sources.
it's usually like controversial things. Yeah. We're going to have to talk to Riley O'Brien and
I'm about to
change
hear
that.
that one. I can't hear it in my head right now, but I've heard it.
It doesn't seem to me like it's one that would make me run through a wall.
No.
I got to hear it.
Yeah. We're not allowed to play it, apparently.
Well,
Well, we can play it. I mean, we can play music.
Yeah.
We play all the music in the morning.
They do. How is that, by the way? Marshy, how is that?
All the music
How
is
does
played in the
Jackson play
morning.
every song he ever wants to play in the morning?
I haven't looked into it.
does he have to? He probably
What
has to
the
take
hell?
take it all out for the YouTube page, though.
We can't. It's live on YouTube.
No, yeah,
No,
you can take it out of aux.
There you go.
He's doing something.
So when they bounce back, there's no music.
But isn't there some rule against us playing a song, too?
No,
Well, we can't play it on YouTube
we can play it on the air.
or
Can
on.
we?
We on the same damn
podcast.
station as TMA. No offense to you.
But they used to, Roddy said something like, when you go back to the podcast, you'd have to take it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's licensed
There.
music.
I
So we
just
can't
said
have
he
it
can
posted
play
on-
it.
I didn't mean like live. I meant like leave it out there. Like it would be more work
You don't
for
want to leave it
Marshy.
out there?
I don't mind.
I don't either, actually. Ain't my
We're still
problem.
talking about songs?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, which franchises need a win on night one of the NFL draft? Maybe
Playing a gig?
Carey Steelers, considering they still don't have a quarterback. You guys taking Ty Simpson?
Probably not.
Probably defensive tackle.
Is Aaron Rodgers ever going to let the Steelers know if he's
Nose.
playing or
What the hell
not?
you think, Anthony? You watch the Steelers? It's taking a nose.
Is Aaron Rodgers ever going to like be a good guy ever and be like, hey, I'm coming back so you don't have to sit there worrying
Buddy.
about your damn draft?
Thought he was supposed to let him know before today.
That's what I'm saying. But no, it's got to be the Aaron Rodgers show. It's like he's off in some
Always.
retreat.
Always. All right, we'll get into the NFL draft round one next on 101 ESPN. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Which franchises need a win on night one of the NFL drafts? And the Raiders
are a couple exempt.
I mean, the top 3 teams.
Yeah, no, but not
sure.
necessarily. Okay, because some of these teams are repeat offenders. Like, they've been in this conversation for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe.
15, 20.
Like, yeah. Should we exclude like Cleveland, the Jets? Like,
I wouldn't.
Isn't it
The Jets, I
expected that
would.
they
Cleveland, no.
Cleveland actually, in my opinion, probably had one of the best drafts that I can recall.
And how'd that work out for them?
Well, the head coach was the problem. They got rid of him.
They had rookie of the
in a better
year,
place
defensive
now.
rookie of the year. They drafted They drafted 2 quarterbacks. They drafted a lot of really good players. I think Quinshon Judkins should have been in rookie of the year balloting, but he wasn't. They had a lot of really good. Their draft last year, Fannin, like they had one of the best drafts. All of their guys played and started tons of games.
Do you notice something about Carey, by the way? I've noticed something about Carey, Anthony. How many years Carey been with us on the show now? 3?
3, at least.
years?
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a little longer. But I've noticed something about Carey.
What's going on?
The places he says he hates the most,
Yeah. He supports.
he ends up falling in love with them.
I give credit.
I wasn't done. Like, remember when he used to hate the Ravens? Big bad Ray Lewis and having to block that guy. The guy was this and that. Now it's like, I love the Ravens, you know? He may not say I love him, but anytime you ask him about, the Ravens.
He likes Lamar. He's a big fan of Lamar.
What team does Lamar play for?
The Ravens.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Cleveland, the mistake by the lake. Terrible. Everything. Then people careers go to die in Cleveland. Now he's like pumping up their draft.
Carey,
don't know what's
he's
going on here.
honest and objective, and he calls them like he sees them.
I try.
Yeah.
As I have said in the past, when you get new information, you can have a new opinion. I know that's difficult for some people in the world to understand, but the more information you get...
Don't look at Anthony when you say that.
The more information you get...
I got you.
And you can make better decisions
like
on things that are happening in real time. You make those decisions. And the Cleveland Browns have enlightened me last year. The draft that they had was one of the best drafts that I can recall in a number of years. They got a starting running back, a starting tight end. They got the defensive player of the year, got a starting defensive tackle. Like, they did a fantastic
Quarterback.
job. They got 2 quarterbacks. One is still going to be there. Maybe their future starting quarterback. I'm just saying. Might go down as one of the best drafts in a long time.
All right.
I think if we're talking about which franchises need a win in night one, Cleveland is one of them. They pick at 6 and they pick at 24. The other team that needs a win tonight is another team that's got 2 first-round picks and in a great spot. The Giants at 5 and 10.
Yep. That's right.
5 and 10. You're going to get 2 top 10 picks unless you turn one of those into even more picks. And for a team that's not very good, that could use help all over their roster, good spot to be in for the Giants, but they got to get it right tonight.
Can I interest you in another team that also has 2 picks?
The Rams.
No.
Oh.
They're in a good
Well, the
position.
Jets have 2 picks.
No.
Well, they
The
do.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that's right.
How about them Cowboys?
They are in a position, and I was listening earlier, it seems like they have no interest in re-signing George Pickens to a long-term contract. Maybe they're looking for a receiver in the draft. Maybe they're taking calls on George Pickens to try to get more draft picks. I don't know, but I think that they are a team. Every year we talk about how the Cowboys are right there. They have the franchise quarterback. They got the franchise receiver in C.D. Lamb. They got a number 2 receiver in George Pickens. And they've had one of the best offensive lines for I don't know how long. It's kind of going in a different direction lately, but they are a team offensively that you think should be able to should be a championship caliber team. What are they going to do to add to that team and try to help them win their division?
Yeah.
I think they're a team that you should keep an eye on.
I like that one a lot. Arizona's another team that's got to win. They get to sit and pick at number 3. They're going to have I don't know if they'll take Jeremiah Love. They could. But they're the second round. They're the 3rd pick in the second round as well. Could they be the team that goes up into the back end of the first round to take Ty Simpson? Regardless of what you think of Ty Simpson, the Cardinals need a QB.
Well, I keep seeing the last 2 or 3 days, I'm watching all these panels of people talking about Ty Simpson, and that he might be the most NFL-ready quarterback.
Which is weird.
I don't get it.
I don't agree with that, yeah.
But they're saying that he's probably going to be a late first-round pick this year.
I think somebody trades up to get him.
So I was listening to First Take this morning, and Mina Kimes and Ryan Clark were talking about how they don't think Ty Simpson could be. But I talked to you all earlier this week about the Seahawks looking to possibly trade out of that 32 position and get more draft picks. So, and willing to trade within their own division. And the team that, as we've talked about, in their own division, who has the second pick in the second round, would be the Arizona Cardinals. And that, to me, could be a spot where they move up a couple of spots. The reason why you would do it, because you get that fifth year. If you do hit on him, you get that fifth-year option where you're not in a rush to have to pay him right away. 4 years, he can walk, or you got to franchise him, and that's going to cost you a ton of money. But you can get that fifth-year option to either evaluate one more time or, kind of figure out where you are. So I could see the Arizona Cardinals moving up those 2 spots out of the second round and going to that last pick of the first round and swapping picks with the Seahawks.
By the way, I made that exact claim in the Spread Zone podcast available. Tim McKernan and I. This week I talk about the NFL draft. He talks about the Zurich Classic, and we share some thoughts on the NHL and NBA playoffs. But I had mentioned the same thing, CD. If you're looking at it, I think 2 quarterbacks are taken in round 1. There's some reports that he could fall out, like Jamie was suggesting, but I think some team goes up and gets him. Marsh, which franchise needs a win?
For me, it's the Washington Commanders. That team went to the NFC Championship game 2 seasons ago. Last year, did not make the playoffs. You have mentioned multiple times you think Dan Quinn is on the hot seat. He could be out after this year if they do not have a good season. This team had one of the worst, if not the worst, defense in the NFL last season. And I'm looking at Mel Kiper's mock draft, and he has Cardinal Tate going to the Commanders at 7. I don't know, with a team that has their defense is terrible. Is the right move to go get another wide receiver?
Right.
That's my question. Now, Cardinal Tate is a hell of a wide receiver, but does that make sense for this team?
I mean, it does, but you've got so many. You need defensive help. So no, it doesn't make sense, right? Like I think NFL teams fall in love with wide receivers as if they're going to change their entire roster. I was listening to Adam Shine today, and he was talking about how wide receiver 2 has become such an important position. Like, really? And he brought up the Seahawks, who literally don't have a wide receiver 2. It's Cooper Kupp and Shaheed, who is a deep threat, but it's Jackson Smith and Jig, but that's all they need. They don't need another wide receiver. Terry McLaurin's very good. I'm not saying they couldn't use one at some point, but you need an impact defensive player if you're the Washington Commanders, in my opinion. Because Dan Quinn ain't hiding your warts. I'm telling you that right now. I've seen his handiwork. Ain't great.
Nobody's safe, man. If they had the Falcons logo on at any capacity, they are not safe.
Now, if he's the best player available, though, we've had that conversation before too. Do you just get the best player available?
If they're draft, I have no idea what their draft board looks like. If it's Carnell Tate, massive long pause, and then whoever the next guy is, then sit and pick your guy. That's it. Draft didn't fall to you the way you wanted, or certainly explore some trade opportunities. Maybe you fall back. Somebody else you really like that's on the defensive side. I don't think that they should just shop for need. But there's got to be somebody defensively. Where's Washington pick? 7?
We're at 7 right now.
I mean, you're going to have options. You're going to have plenty of options. I would not go Carnell Tate there. And it's got nothing to do with Tate. Just try to find a receiver someplace else.
Same list. 2 picks later, Kansas City. Kiper has Caleb Downs from Ohio State going to Kansas City. Maybe he is a guy that you would look at if you're Washington. I don't know.
If I'm Kansas City, I'm looking O-line.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going first.
But then the question is, are any of those guys, like it to me becomes what you need versus best player available. And if the best player available is not an offensive lineman and you're just drafting that position because you feel like you desperately need it, I think in my opinion, I always want to go with talent because those guys make a difference on your team. They find a way to help you win games, and getting a guy that's not as talented because I got to have this, but you end up drafting in that position in a couple of years later.
That I completely agree with, but I do think that there's going to be, whether it's Mauigoa from Miami or Fano from Utah, I do think with those guys sitting there, I think they would be excellent picks for Kansas City.
I've seen a few names for Kansas City. I saw Caleb Downs being one of them. I don't know if he gets past some of those teams in front of him. Cleveland might be a really good spot for him as well.
By the way, if Caleb Downs falls to me at 9, I'm taking Caleb Downs.
That's what
with the question over, I don't expect him to fall.
There you go.
But if he did, are you kidding me? I think he's a top 5 pick.
Best player available.
Yes.
At that point, in my opinion.
Agreed. All right. More NFL draft coverage to come throughout the course of the day. We've got the coverage, the Westwood One coverage starting at 6 o'clock and the ESPN coverage starting at 6 o'clock. All right. What's Trending is next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are off today, but they'll take on the Seattle Mariners tomorrow. 7:15 first pitch from Busch Stadium as Andre Palante will toe the rubber against George Kirby. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Draft Day #1 for the NFL. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. And later in the show, we'll talk with Chris Kerber at 3:15 and Steve Ott at 4:30. But coming up next, we have What's Trending. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Well, gentlemen, there's more to the whole Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini saga, we'll call it. Exclusive new pictures have been obtained by Page Six, which have Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel spotted together inside a dimly lit Tribeca Tavern in the early hours of March 11th, 2020.
Well, how random is that? They were in the same spot at the same time. Wow. Must have been nice to see a familiar face.
So an eyewitness told Page Six they were kissing and they were all over each other.
Wow.
He had a ring on. This is according to Page
Well, he won a Super Bowl.
He won a few of them, I think.
Yeah, that's why he had a ring on.
Yeah, he won a couple Super Bowls with
Right?
the Patriots, right?
That the ring you're talking about?
You're referring to?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Beyonce says if you like it, put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't like Beyonce, though.
I do like Beyonce.
I like
I just don't like her
regular
music.
Beyonce, not country Beyonce.
Well, actually, in fact, she said that multiple times, Anthony.
What's
throughout
that?
the song.
If you like it, then
Only
you should
42.
put a ring on it. I don't
Gotcha.
think it's that many times.
Yeah,
I just got an issue with
hints.
her lyrics.
Yeah.
Just because
Sounds like you have an issue with her.
and over. I don't have an issue with her. I think she's fantastic. Seems like a fantastic person. But her lyrics repeat themselves constantly.
Told you I met Beyonce.
Did you? Did you tell her what I
Try
said?
to put a ring on it, CD?
Yeah.
Easy.
It's Kelly Rowland is the one that
That's right,
they're
yeah.
all together. This situation here is an intriguing one. Our
Do
coach, your coach, Mike Vrabel, decided that Saturday he's going to take Saturday off from the draft because the
things to
third
do.
day
Gotta get to Home Depot. They get a big sale.
before they close.
That's a different franchise.
Yes, it is.
They'll keep the doors open for him if he comes down there. So he won't be there Saturday because he has to take a leave of absence to go do some counseling, according to some reports that we read earlier. This whole thing is it's spiraling. It's become much bigger than it probably either of them thought that it would be. Diana Rossini has already resigned from her position at the Athletic, and I mean, I guess the issue with her is it's compromising you having conversations with a coach and covering said coach. So I can understand why she would need to resign. But it feels like, somebody keeps dropping these photos like they're trying to tell Mike Vrabel to teach him a lesson as well. Like it's becoming very newsy.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know where to begin with this whole thing because of where we are in society right now. Like, if those pictures happened 6 years ago, why are they just coming out now?
Somebody's saving them.
Yep.
Right time.
It's fine, but
No
why,
better time.
Why didn't they release them then?
Because there was no need to. It's COVID. I mean, COVID happened 2 weeks later.
And, whatever. I'm over it at this point. Just, if they did have an affair, just come out and say it at this point. Because right now, the unknown is turning into a way bigger mountain than what we would call it if we knew.
I think we know.
I know, but people are just like, they're piling on. Like, we don't really know.
To me, it's how I feel. None of my business. Whoever needs to know within those two groups needs to know. But I will say this, you guys were all looking at some of the the videos and the memes and everything in the office.
To what we think they are, yeah.
Everybody is going to pile on. I mean, they're grabbing videos from things that Diana Rossini said years ago about either the Titans or the Patriots and Vrabel and all this. I mean, it's just going to be bad until whatever next news cycle comes through and takes the attention away. But she deleted all her Instagram stuff. My question is, does it get so bad that Vrabel also resigns? That's my question.
For what?
I'm just saying, if he feels as though that it becomes such a distraction for the team,
might not be his choice.
Does he resign?
But then that's not resigning.
No, I was gonna say it might not be his choice to resign. It might be. He might resign but I
don't think Kraft will push him out.
Probably not.
Why do you say that?
There's a saying that how does it go? Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones or something like that. And I'm pretty sure Kraft lives in a glass house.
He's fine. We had Sharon Clayton says, "Come on, Jamie. We've all got photos in our phones taken 13 plus years ago." This person was like, "Hey, I wonder if I still have those." You don't just happen to have Mike Vrabel kissing Diana Rossini in a bar and go, "Oh yeah, I remember. I think I took that picture."
They might not have known. They might have known who he was, but may not have known who she was. That
even
to me
that
is,
he was married then.
But
even that's the story.
But you wouldn't know that. You don't. I don't know what Mike Vrabel's wife looks like. So that's what I'm saying.
He's married.
I don't know that.
Especially since the picture, like Marcy said, he's wearing a ring.
What I'm saying
apparently
is,
not a Super Bowl ring.
That could have been his wife, according to whoever took the picture. Like, they wouldn't know.
I guess.
And so now, with all this stuff coming out...
I guess what I'm saying is I really don't care. Overall, I really don't care. I mean, there's all people... We all know people that have had tremendous marriages for 60-plus years, and my hat's off to them. We also know people that have had mishaps within their marriage or that they've been divorced. At this point, I don't care. Go seek the help you need to have, whatever. Go find happiness with your wife or not or whatever. Let's just...
Go fast lane yourself.
Yeah.
I think is what Jamie's saying.
I don't know why this is occupying our time space. Like, we know it's out there. They know it's out there now. Let's move on to the draft. Somebody posted earlier on Twitter. It was like a guy with 30,000 followers, too, saying, well, if the child that she had ends up being Mike Vrabel's, there's possibility the Patriots and the Titans could lose draft picks.
What?
I'll pull it up later, but he has 30,000 followers, and he's got a blue check mark. So it's not like he's like some burner account.
It could be.
Because he said his involvement, the ethics of the NFL or whatever. What? I don't know. I'm just...
All right. Somebody's drinking on a Thursday. The TMA Dotem Golf Tournament on Friday, May 15th at Oak Valley Golf Course and Resort is sold out, but you could still win a free foursome to join the morning after for a full day out on the course. The Dotem is going to include breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, all your Cutwater canned cocktails and Anheuser-Busch beer and seltzers, the 100 West Dental closest to the pin competition, the Evergreen Wealth Strategies longest drive competition, and an after party with food from Texas Roadhouse. Find that chance to win a free foursome for the sold-out Dotem Golf Tournament with TMA right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Winner must be 21 or older, and giveaway is brought to you by Cutwater Canned Cocktails. Cardinals, Mariners. We'll do our entrance survey. Take a look at that series next on 101 ESPN.
With over 2 decades of family ownership and operation, E&B Granite is St. Louis's trusted name in renovations when it comes time to renovate your kitchen, your bathroom, or outdoor living space. I can tell you personally from my own experience of renovating my kitchen that E&B Granite is awesome at what they do, and what they provide is incredible. Get down to 6135 Manchester Avenue. Explore their massive inventory of custom countertops, cabinets, and flooring. And when you get down there, the in-house design staff's going to help you out. So for me, I was doing my kitchen, and I didn't know what kind of countertops that I wanted, or backsplash, or cabinets. And I talked to the in-house design staff, and She helped me out tremendously. And also, the technicians were fantastic. They got into my home, ripped out everything. The demolition was very, very well done. And then when the kitchen was finished, the product was outstanding. So please give them a call, book an appointment, tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Their number's 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300, or you can always visit enbgranite.com.
Time for the entrance survey for the Mariners and Cardinals series. They begin tonight the series begins tonight. Tomorrow. Tonight's Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, at Busch Stadium.
It's confusing, Anthony. I've had a tough time this week, by the way. Several days I've woken up this week, and not with cloudy night befores, okay?
Yeah.
I just don't know what the days are.
Yeah.
Like on Wednesday, I woke up and thought it was Friday.
Sure.
I don't know why. Today, I woke up and thought it was Tuesday.
But you know what, Jamie?
Yeah, it's a day that starts with T.
That's good.
Yeah. And ends in Y.
We have our, very true. We have our football playoffs on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm dialed in.
You're dialed in. You're ramping up.
I'm ramping up.
Yeah.
Got important practice on Saturday.
Not putting in new plays, are you?
No new plays at all.
No. Are you changing
as your consultant? I thank you.
Yeah, no new plays. If you've played us already, there's no new surprises.
I've got a couple plays I drew up for you guys.
Thank you.
Just don't tell Carey about it.
I appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Tomorrow, the Cardinals and Marlins begin their series. Here are your pitching matchups. It'll be Andre Palante versus George Kirby. That'll be the matchup tomorrow. Matthew Liberatore versus Brian Wu. Michael McGreevy versus Emerson Hancock. Those are the pitching matchups. So, based on these starting pitching matchups, which one interests you guys the most?
Ooh.
What's the most intriguing starting pitching matchup?
Intriguing? I think the Liberatore Wu one for me. I just think that for more on the side of Matthew Liberatore, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, hold those thoughts because I got the question about the pitcher under the microscope, so I feel like you might be leaning that way.
So I'm not allowed to answer this question?
You absolutely are.
Carey, I thought he asked us a question. Did he or did he not?
You didn't understand.
No, I did. He says, which one's the most intriguing?
You didn't understand.
What's your answer?
Matthew Liberatore, but now apparently I've got to use the same one for the next question.
Yeah, you gotta say the matchup: Liberatore versus Wu.
That's what I did say. That
Okay.
You weren't listening. I said Wu and Liberatore is my.
I was, and then you started getting into Liberatore, and I wonder.
Well, I'm not allowed to get into him.
Is he about to have a false
Are you going to tell
start
me
here?
who I can and cannot get into?
No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, you're a grown man. You make your own decisions.
Whatever.
Carey, what about you?
Michael McGreevy and Hancock. Because Michael McGreevy in his last...
Hold on to that, Carey. Not allowed to do more.
Marsh. What matchup are you most interested
He
in?
hates me so much right now.
You bums. You undeniable bums.
I love you, man.
Love you too, buddy. Marsh.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this first matchup with Andre Palante and George Kirby. Kirby's got a sub 3 ERA on the year, and
It's good.
No, he's talking about Kirby.
That might be part of the next question.
Okay. Go ahead, Marsh. Go.
Andre Palante, obviously, he is a guy that we've circled throughout the season, wondering what his starts will look like. Now, he is a fifth starter. He's only had one true bad outing, so if he can continue to do fifth starter things, give you 5 innings, limit damage, I think it could be an interesting game.
I think the one tomorrow night, I mean, even if Palante just kind of gives you 5, beating George Kirby's going to be tough. I think the Liberatore Wu one has the most upside, but this Emerson Hancock has been excellent for Seattle. So I think game 2 and game 3 from a pitching standpoint is going to be fascinating. I'll choose one. I'll go with McGreevy and Hancock based on the fact that McGreevy has been the Cardinals' best starter thus far. If he avoided the blow up the other night, he would have been, clearly the Cardinals' best starter.
I was rolling.
But Hancock's got a 2.1. He's got a 2.83 ERA thus far in his 5 starts. He's been excellent. He's got a WHIP of 0.87. So this fool ain't messing around. All right, now which starting pitcher do you have under the microscope heading into the series?
Now you can go, Jamie.
Yeah, for me, it's Andre Palante.
I knew he was going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
I wasn't allowed to talk about Matthew Liberatore, so we'll leave that, up for speculation.
Unbelievable.
Heaven forbid I give a reason. But anyways, I'll go with Andre Palante because we've had the microscope on him quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's only had one blow up so far, and he's been pretty reliable in that number 5 slot. Anthony, I want to see if he's reliable again.
CD.
I mean, I would probably go. Can I go with the do I have to go to Cardinal pitcher? Because I would go with the 3 starters that are starting for the Mariners. All 3 of the guys have multiple quality starts. They're all under a 3 ERA right now. So I think that's going to be the thing to keep an eye on. Are the Cardinal bats able to get going and wake up against these 3 starters that they're going to have to face this weekend? Yes, this weekend.
Marshy.
In terms of the starting pitchers, I mean, probably Matthew Liberatore, just because of what we've seen recently. I would love to see a lot of these pitchers find some swing and miss this weekend. The Cardinals, in terms of strikeouts, it's not good. But when you look at the Mariners, the Mariners, their team in terms of hitting, they're tied for 3rd for the most strikeouts in all of Major League Baseball. So we have one group that loves to strike out at the plate and another group that doesn't love to strike out hitters. So
Not great.
I wonder what that dynamic is going to look like this weekend.
I know that Matthew Liberatore has a 3.67 ERA, but a lot of, if you look at a lot of the advanced metrics, whether it's, the way that hitters are not fooled, his whiff percentage is not great, his chase percentage is not great, his K percentage is way down. They're hitting him pretty hard. I don't think that Matthew Liberatore has been sharp. And this is somebody that's not pitching deep into games. And that affects, obviously, the way that your bullpen can rest or not rest on a given day. So Matthew Liberatore is the guy that I've got under the microscope for the Cardinals pitchers.
I was just looking up something as Marshy was speaking about, these pitchers for our St. Louis Cardinals and the amount of strikeouts or lack thereof, some would say. Where would you say the Cardinals are ranked in terms of strikeouts for their team in Major League Baseball? Yeah.
30 teams, right?
30 teams.
I'd say 28.
Okay.
Marsh, what did you just say?
They're in last place.
Oh, didn't hear him say it.
Maybe apparently.
That was set up. That was set up perfectly because you admitted that you were looking something up.
I was looking it up
as Marsh was talking, and he was literally saying what you were.
Dead last is what I said. Is what Marshy said.
That's what I said too.
You heard
Somewhere
Marshy say
between 28
dead
and
last?
30.
That's what he said. You folks need to start listening out there. The hell is wrong with you? Anthony, you heard it. Why didn't you say something?
Well, I did. I said, Marsh, why don't you go ahead and tell CD and the fine folks what you just said.
Dead last.
Dead last,
That's for me and Jamie.
There you
Good
go.
research, CD.
Thank you.
What changes, if any, would you make with the lineup?
Ooh.
I'm going to go to Marsh first, so that maybe you guys can
I'll listen this time.
pay attention.
I'll hang up and listen.
Are we going from yesterday's lineup? Because I'd change a lot from yesterday's
That's what
lineup.
I was going to say.
Talking about
too.
the normal.
No, I
lineup.
think the normal lineup is fine.
All right, I'd bring up Jimmy Crooks and
Well, yeah, I mean,
have him be the catcher.
What are you going to do with the other three catchers?
they can sit and watch.
One's a DH, so
I don't hate your idea.
thank you.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
No, they're not. I think the lineup 1 through 6 is steady. I'm great with it. The 7, 8 spots, I'm fine with Victor Scott doing his thing. That's fine. 7, 8, I don't know really what you could do. It's going to be some combination of Church and Pajes or Fermin, so JC and Pajes, or
There's
Poso.
nothing you can do. You are what you are in those two slots.
Yep, you're Popeye there. Was it Popeye? Huh? You are what you are?
You are what you are. I am what I am.
I am what I am. That's what it was.
That wasn't Popeye.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was.
It was not Popeye.
I am what I am.
I think it's
Popeye.
Popeye.
Yeah.
who knows, man.
Let's see here. Well, Google does.
I am.
I am what I am.
I am what I am.
First of all, it's a song.
Yeah.
I am. I think I am. That's from Nacho Libre.
It is Popeye.
Thank you.
What? Well, there's several things, but Popeye is one of them. I will give you that.
Thank you, sir.
He said it like that. I am what I am.
I am what I am.
I didn't say it
He
quite
said
like
I
that.
am what I am.
You got to say it the right way, though.
That's how he said it.
That's
He
what
said,
it
with
did.
Robin Williams, he said it way different than that.
Well, Robin Williams was incredible at his craft.
He was. He was very talented.
All right. Let's see here. Prediction for the series. Carey.
Well, the Mariners they're struggling a little bit. They got good pitching, but they're struggling. 2 games for the Cardinals. 1 for the Mariners.
2 of 3. Okay.
Why is your nose growing?
I don't know. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth as I see it. Cardinal fan.
Tell Geppetto on you.
Jamie.
Give me Seattle for 2 wins.
Yep.
Shame.
Sorry for being honest.
Marsh.
Well, Seattle's 1-8 on the road, 4-6 in their last 10. However, the Cardinals are literally the worst team in the last 7 days in terms of striking out at the plate.
Did you get that, Carey?
Yeah.
Worst team in baseball last 7 days. The most strikeouts. I think the Cardinals win 1 of 3 this weekend.
I'm with you guys. Offense started to scuff a little bit in Miami. Not the pitching staff you want to see coming in to Busch Stadium. Now, I will say this. A lot of the numbers for Seattle's pitching, a lot better at home than on the road. Mm-hmm. Still, you don't have the advantage in any of the pitching matchups this weekend. So I got to give Seattle 2 of 3. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. How much drama will there be tonight at the NFL Draft, the first round? We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. First round of the NFL Draft tonight. Coverage right here on 101 ESPN starts at 6 o'clock. It's 3:03. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Kerry Davis and Jamie Rivers and Anthony Stalter. Andrew Marsh put together some questions when it comes to the first round of the NFL Draft and how much drama there could be tonight.
Yeah, first question for you, gentlemen. Do you foresee any players sliding late into the first round?
Oh,
I don't know if
a
it's
Shadur Sanders type thing. Like, not that was really drastic, but like, is it a big name player you think's gonna?
Well, I'm thinking of one player that comes to mind for me, someone who earlier in, I'd say, the offseason was sort of at the top, and now on some mock drafts, I've seen him slide a little bit, is Ruben Bain Jr.
That's the one that came to mind as well. I don't know if he falls all the way to the end of the first round, but I think Ruben Bain Jr. could see the biggest fall today. We talked about, wasn't he the answer in the Gauntlet with the amount of pressures throughout the country? Also has some off-field stuff dating back to a couple years ago. So I don't know how much teams are going to hold him, back for that. But I could see Ruben Bain Jr. based on the size. And CD, this was something you talked about. He's kind of shorter than you'd want. And I could see him being docked for his overall measurements.
Yeah, I think the thing you can get away with in college is being stronger and not having the arm length that, most of those guys have. Once you get to the NFL, everybody is strong. Like the higher level you go up, the better the competition is. So there were games I'm certain that he's playing against guys that football career will be done after they're done with college. Their football career was done after this season. And so you're going against those guys, and your aspirations are to be a first-round draft pick. He is a name that could potentially slide. I think if he gets out of that top 10 range, for whatever reason, be it because of his arm length and his size or, whatever, the reports that came out a couple of weeks ago, it could be difficult. He could be one of those guys that are sitting, and I hate seeing that, like sitting in that green room for hours upon hours.
Cameras
and the camera keep coming right back to you.
Right.
Oh, when will he be drafted? He was supposed to be top 5. Now he's sitting here we're at 25. Like it's a difficult, I'm sure it's a difficult thing to go through. So, but he could be the one name. I was watching, I don't know what this is we're watching on TV, but they had no Caleb Downs in the top 10. Daniel Jeremiah said he didn't think, old Caleb would be a top 10 draft pick, which I think is absurd. But I do think that that's a position that often gets overlooked.
I agree.
And
I don't know why.
It's the last line of defense. It's the safety. It's the guy that makes everything right if everything in front of him falls apart.
It gets overlooked, but it ends up being a massive part of the team.
Correct.
I mean, not everybody. The defensive tackles will not. They're not covering guys.
No.
Linebackers can either excel or struggle and cover. If you're a safety, you have to both cover and you have to be able to. You have to be fast enough to cover. You have to be lean enough to cover, and by the way, you also have to be big enough and tough enough to come up and make tackles too in the run game. So
I feel like if Caleb Downs, I would love to see him go to Kansas City. I don't know why. For whatever reason, he just reminded me of Eric Berry. Like Eric Berry was outstanding, was an outstanding safety for Kansas City for a long time. I could see him kind of in that mold, in that vein, being a guy that makes big tackles, covers, and does all of the things you need to do on that defensive end. Tyrann Mathieu as well. Smaller, Tyrann was, but Eric Berry is probably more comparable in terms of size.
Yeah.
All right, so question number 2 could lead into question number 3, but let's start with this. Which team will make a big or irrational trade tonight?
Like irrational?
Irrational, yeah.
Well, who are the teams? What'd you call them earlier, Jamie? The repeat offenders. Yeah, the repeat offenders.
Repeat offenders, yeah.
The Falcons don't have a first-round pick. They could certainly trade their next 2 first-round picks for like Ty Simpson or something like that. So the Falcons are always like top of mind when it comes to stupidity on draft night. Trying to think of the Giants, the Jets. The Jets always do something stupid, but they got the number 2 overall pick. That's going to be really hard to screw up.
Well, they also have the 16th pick.
Cleveland, but Cleveland had a good first round. Okay.
Which team is going to make an irrational move?
Yeah. Oh, Cowboys.
There you go, man.
Yeah. Good call.
They got 2 first rounders. They're going to try to do something. I would assume. I don't know what that is, but they always. I think the good and the bad thing about Jerry Jones is he kind of runs his team like it's a a TV show. You know what I mean? A reality show. It keeps eyeballs on you. People are always talking about you. And I think he actually enjoys that aspect of it and thinks that is extremely important. And so I could see them doing something with those 2 picks that they have, trying to move up. Now, who will be able or willing to move, and what are you going to get? Like, what are you in need of most if you're the Cowboys? I have no clue. Offensively, I think they've done a really good job. I don't know what that person would be or who that person would be if they were to move up, but I can see them doing something.
Is there anybody defensively that's that much
worth
of an impact?
trading up for?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Because the Cowboys last year suffered defensively tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
They need corners, they need safeties, they need an edge rusher. Not like they had one of the best to ever do it and moved on from him.
Yeah, but he wanted a contract,
And they had a kicker they had to sign.
Yep.
Yeah, this is true.
So I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, I don't know which one of those guys. I don't think any of these guys are guys you. I don't think any of these guys are guys you would move up for on the defensive side. That much of a game changer, in my opinion, that I've watched. I think if they fail to you, you'll take them. But I don't see anybody that's that much of a game changer that you would say, like, there's no Travis Hunter in this draft where you're getting a premier two-way player like the Jags did last year. Like, I don't see it right now, but I'll be surprised to see how it all pans out tonight.
Which team do you think makes an unexpected pick in the top 10?
Ooh. So of the teams that are currently in the top 10, which one makes it the unexpected pick?
Well, that's why I said
or somebody
question
could trade
3
up. Got it.
Could tie in with question 2 if someone wants to jump up. And if you want to mention the Falcons again because you love doing that, and they did something like that 2 years ago. Yeah. Unexpected pick. Who could that be this year?
It would be a team that already has okay. If Jeremiah Love falls past Arizona and Tennessee, would he be an unexpected pick by the Giants?
I don't think so because I don't know how durable Scadaboo is.
I agree, but that's why I posed the question because some people may say, well, they already have Cam Scadaboo, but he's coming off the devastating injury.
And riddle me this just for a second.
No, he is in
on the scale of Scadaboo, Jeremiah Love.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
So that to me is not an irrational decision. Okay. I'd be like, you know what? That's me upgrading in a position.
Yeah. I don't know if it's not irrational, but I'll go back to Washington. If Washington takes
Cardinal
Tate, the wide receiver at Ohio State, I don't think that's irrational, so to speak, but I think that would be dumb. I think they would be passing up an opportunity to take possibly a premium defender because they feel as though that they need more weapons for Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn gets fired in a year.
But would it be unexpected?
No.
Out of all these teams in the top 10, although they're picking second, the Jets seem like the one organization that could screw it up. I think the Cardinals are going to play it safe. The Titans with Robert Saleh there. Harbaugh with the Giants. CD seems to have a lot of faith in the Browns. I just feel like the Jets are the ones that...
The Jets take Carnell Tate.
That'd be ridiculous. Not that I don't think Carnell Tate is worthy of it. I think Carnell Tate is a hell of a football player.
Jamie's right. Repeat offender. They got they got 2 first-round picks. So maybe they get stupid at number 2.
And the quarterback's going to need some weapons.
Yes. Geno Smith's going to need some weapons, He's already got Garrett Wilson.
It makes sense.
So there it is, Marsh.
Let me ask you a question. Is Carnell Tate, in your eyes, the best available wide receiver?
No.
Or is Mekhi Lemon that guy?
I really like Mekhi Lemon.
Listen, I got to see so many of those guys this year. Carnell Tate wasn't the best receiver on his team. We can start there. Not that he's not one of the best in this draft. Mekhi Lemon was different. Like Mekhi Lemon, a smaller version of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Powerful, like a running back, but when you get the ball in his hands, he's tough to bring down.
Sure.
And really dynamic out of the break. I like Denzel Boston. I really liked Omar Cooper. I mean, Carnell Tate could be anywhere from 2, 3, 4, in my opinion. But I think Mekhi Lemon, in my opinion, is the best one. I didn't get to see Jordan Tyson, so I can't speak on him. I didn't get to watch him. But all those Big Ten guys, I got to watch them up close and personal. And Mekhi Lemon was a problem all day long. So that would be the one for me.
I'm on CBS Sports right now. This mock draft, and this is surprising to me. This mock draft is by Mike Renner. Has Mekhi Lemon going 27th to the San Francisco 49ers.
It's a good spot for him. That's a really good spot for him because he does so many things in the slot. Like Kyle Shanahan would have a great time. Like they would probably use him in the same way that they use Deebo Samuel because he is I believe he's a former running back from high school, like went and can do all of those things. He is a mismatch. He is a nightmare for safeties and linebackers to try to cover.
Would that be an example, though, of someone sliding far into the first round, the back half of the first round? Because then you would have Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson, two other wide receivers, going ahead of Mekhi Lemon.
Would that be surprising, you're saying?
Yes. Obviously, this is just one person's mock draft.
Yes, it would be surprising. It would be surprising to me. Yes. Not necessarily surprising that the 49ers would pounce on that. Like Carey's saying, he would fit Shanahan's system very well. All right, we got to get to Chris Kerber. We'll talk a little Blues hockey with him. Sure, maybe he'll share some of his offseason thoughts next on 101 ESPN.
Seeing a lot of houses getting put up there on the market here recently. Don't be someone who snoozes and loses. If you're thinking about selling your home, pick up the phone and call Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's been in the business well over 20 years here in the St. Louis area. She understands exactly where to list your home as far as the price is concerned. And, sometimes there's other stressful things, too. You see all these people painting and adding carpet, upgrading their home to give it the best facelift possible before it hits the market. Sometimes there's things that you should do that help the sale of the home, and there's other times where it's just an expense and doesn't really move the needle. Gloria Liu will tell you exactly what the important things are to think of if you're going to give it a little bit of love to your home before you put it on the market. One thing Gloria Liu does is she gets you the most money for your home. So whatever you're thinking of listing your home for, talk to Gloria Liu. She's going to list it for the right price to get you the most money, but also sell it quickly. That's what you want. You don't want to be on the market for a month or so. No, you want to be on the market, have a splash of a weekend, 2 or 3 days later, you've got a deal in place, and then before you know it, you're at the closing table. But you got to call Gloria Liu. Her number is 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Hey, did you know, and according to Classic Air Care, they want you to know as we get deep into spring here, that the number one thing you can do to help maintain that air conditioning unit and make sure that it's running at peak efficiency is to change that air filter. look, even if the thing says 6 months on it, you can look at it. If it's dark and dirty, change it. Make sure that it's good. And they make it easy for you. In the upper right part of their website, there's a button that says air filters, right at classicaircare.com. You order them, they'll get delivered straight to your house. It's just that simple. You don't even have to remember the sizes. Once you've ordered it, they know it, and they will send it straight to your house so you can change the air filter. Beyond that, the next thing you can do to get ready for the summer is have them out to the house and do a $79 maintenance check. It's less than $100, and it's what you need to do, just like changing the oil of the car, rotating the tires on your car to make sure that things are running to avoid heavy, bigger repairs and potential breakdowns. It's preventative. It's simple. It's easy, and that means you have a much better chance of that thing running perfectly throughout the summer instead of breaking down on you. Classic Air Care. Get online, book that maintenance appointment today, change that air filter as well, classicaircare.com. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Let's head to the Callier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by the play-by-play man of your St. Louis Blues and the home of the Blues, 101 ESPN. It's Chris Kerber. Kerbs, how are you?
Anthony, doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Just kind of, diagnosing, of course, all the things that have been discussed over the last couple of days here when it comes to Doug Armstrong's comments and Monty's comments. So why don't we start with a blank canvas here? From what you heard from Monty or Army or any of the players, what really stood out to you when it comes to the postseason wrap-ups?
I get the sense, if you listen to the way everybody talked, including players, I think what stood out to me is I get the sense that there's either a level of being fed up, or there's a level of reality of what's going to have to happen come training camp next year. Even before training camp, like literally starting this offseason, once guys get through their decompression and start to just get physical again with their activities, weights, and all that other stuff. The starts to the seasons the last 3 years for the Blues have not been good, where they've been around .410 winning percentage in the month of October. Only one time in those 3 years have they been able to claw their way back into the playoffs. The other 2 years, 2023, they finished further out, 6 points out of a playoff spot, but not in a top 10 pick. You're in that murky middle that Doug Armstrong has talked about not being in. So to me, that's what I'm taking away from this is when I listen to their early assessment, at least what they're saying publicly, the start of the season next year, right from the very get-go, has got to be something different than this team has had the last few years.
Kerbs, there's been a lot of talk about something that Jim Montgomery brought up, and then Doug Armstrong has had to kind of not answer to it, but kind of give his opinion on it. And I just want to get your take. When Monty brings up, he isolates that one game against the LA Kings where he says he went hard at the team and now he wishes he would have handled it differently and whatnot. And people can make of it, whatever they want to, but in your opinion, what did you make of those comments? And if it's something like that did happen, do you feel like there needs to be maybe a change in attitude for some of the players?
Yeah, so, Jamie, if it's okay, let me take this and kind of flip a question back to you as a former player, okay?
Sure.
For the sake of discussion here, right? Like a coach, I expect a coach like a general manager, like a broadcast, like we do. I mean, I get done with games, and there'll be games like, man, I was awful tonight. Right. And I'll go back and I'll watch those games and okay, don't use this phrase for the next 5 games. Try to find something or things like that. Anybody that wants to get better is going to self-evaluate. When you ask somebody a question and they're open and honest with you, I think we should just take that honesty and openness as something refreshing and not necessarily have to really chew it up, spit it out, and try to figure out what's right or wrong with it. if you're looking at a coach in this situation that has been pretty much winning in terms of being able to get teams to the playoff every year he's been a coach that for a full season, this is something that was new and that he went through. And I've often wondered, who coaches the coach? We all need somebody to talk to get us through times, right? But here's where I kind of lob it at you. And I'm not suggesting you're doing that. I'm making that statement to everybody else out there. Like, okay, so a coach comes in and lights your butt up a little bit. He's fired up. He's angry. Maybe you didn't expect it. Maybe it's a little out of character from him. If that derails your entire culture, if that derails your team for weeks or even a month, I'm not sure you've got the mentality on a team that's going to win anyway. Now, that's from somebody that's never really been in the room at this level like you have. So, like, I kind of asked you this question, like, that's what I would say, but am I missing something where when a coach would do that, it could derail you that much? I'm a little lost on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I kind of hang it more on the players, I guess.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at too, Kerbs. I'm kind of lost on it too because, look, I know times have changed. Generations are different. Players are different now. I'm not going to use my experience coming into the NHL with someone like Mike Keenan, who challenged you on a daily basis, for that matter. But just as an athlete, as an individual, you always want, if you want to be the best at your job, at your position, or at least at what your task is, you want to be challenged. And if you're not answering the bell, so to say, then I would expect someone who's a boss of mine, whether it's in business or if it's a coach in hockey, to call you out on it. And then what your job is, get into the video room, talk to your position coach, if it's the forward coach or the D coach, go over some of your last couple of games so that the next time the coach comes in, he's not using your name or talking about your game as a negative. That's where I go with it.
Yeah, so I'm with you on this. And I just, look, there was a scenario a couple of seasons ago. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was a few seasons back, right? A veteran player went into the locker room in between periods and kind of lit up a younger player. The veteran player was pulled aside by a coach and said, "Hey, you can't do that. We might lose that player a little bit." Okay, well, I had a conversation with Chris Pronger about this when he and I were sitting. We were hosting. I was hosting one of his book events for season ticket holders recently. We were talking about this, and I asked him about, like, the accountability of the players amongst themselves. Does it exist the same? Like, when you hear of a player going over and saying, "Hey, get this done right. You got to do this." I don't hear those same stories now that I heard even as recently as, say, 4 or 5 years, 6 years ago when the Blues won the Stanley Cup, right? Or other teams. And so to me, that accountability has to be, if a coach comes in and even out of character lights a group up, okay, well, then the guys in the room, you can sit there and say, okay, the old man's nuts, but he's still the coach, so we better figure some things out. So I love the accountability that Jim Montgomery is honestly and openly sharing with everybody as a perfect example. 2, I don't read too much into it. And 3, I'm going, yeah, he's the head coach. That's probably bound to happen. There's something wrong if that really derails a process in my book. It's like, listen, if it was a Mike Keenan, like we bring up Mike Keenan all the time and this kind of thing. Maybe it was, maybe it was a John Tortorella constantly grinding on guys, whatever it may be. I get that if that was Jim Montgomery's MO. When it's not, I'm not hanging this one on the coach. I think there's a mindset. And to your point, and maybe to Anthony's original question, part of that mindset is what has to be reset as well going into next year.
Well, Kerber, that goes into my question. You talk about, starting faster and changing some of the output or the outlook for the beginning of the season. Who does that fall on if what Jamie says and the coaches says a certain thing and the team kind of goes in a slump, or if guys aren't willing or able to get started? How do you do that, and who is that specifically falling on?
Man, I tell you what, if I was so concrete in all my answers here, I'm going to be making a lot more money in the sports psychology world. Having said that, right? Having said that, just trying to take what I understand, and it's not a cop-out answer, it's a little bit of everything. One, I think training camp has to have a little more direct purpose for the team you're going to break camp with. I get the sense when you talk to players over the course of this year and other people, like, and the new training camp is going to gear itself towards that. Okay, there's not 7, 8, or 9 preseason games where you're constantly getting looks at these young guys. I mean, we played, I think, 7 6 to 8, I can't remember, preseason games last year, and not one of the games did we have an entire Blues lineup, and in only one game did we play a team that looked like a full lineup, and that would be that one against the Dallas Stars. Okay, so that's a lot of looking at junior players, European players, American Hockey League players. And I'll go back to this example. The best line for the Blues coming out of last season was Holloway, Shen, Kyrou. The Blues were trying to pigeonhole Braden Shen as a third-line center or a winger instead. That line didn't play together at all in camp, and then that line started the season together on opening night. There are things like that. So to me, I think that's where it goes. But to that point, Carey, I think players have got like even the part of this is also the cycle, guys. When you've got a young team, you've got young players coming in trying to figure out the role. They're going to defer to the veterans. Well, these are young players that the Blues need to fill big roles, right? So they're going to have to come in willing to have an impact right away. And so that all goes to the mindset. So from camp, I think it's how camp is run. I think it's the messaging and the expectations set by Alex Steen in his first season as GM. I think it's the same thing with Jim Montgomery and then the new assistant coaches he's going to bring in. And then the players have to come in willing to listen, work, and get started earlier. And all that has to come together. You can't, if one of those falls apart, you're not going to have the start that you need to have, in my opinion.
Kerbs, great stuff. Thoughtful answers all the way around. Great stuff. And we'll be talking to you certainly more throughout the course of the offseason. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to go read more Freud, I think, right now.
Yeah, I think you should.
Oh, yeah, just clear your mind out, Kerbs.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, fellas. We'll talk to you real soon. I got some fun draft stuff coming up. We'll talk down the road.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Kerbs.
All right.
We'll see you.
See you guys.
All right, that's Chris Kerber,
bye.
voice of the Blues here on the home of the Blues, 101 ESPN. Hot take or hot garbage next, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you've got a hot take that you want to send in, do so now. We'll play hot take, hot garbage next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. We just got done talking with Chris Kerber. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and full shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We'll talk with Steve Ott at 4:30, but coming up next, we have Hot Take or Hot Garbage. So if you have a hot take you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Boom! Hot take! Time for Hot Take or Hot Garbage here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Kerry Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. It's Andrew Marsh with your hot takes via the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646.
All right, from the 573 Hot Take or Hot Garbage, Ollie Marmol will be the manager the next time the Cardinals win the NLCS.
Hot take.
I got to go with hot take on that as well. I mean, the Cardinals...
I mean, is he not going to be the manager at the end of the year?
Yeah, good call on that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of the other chatter. I mean, people not thrilled ever with Ollie, but I haven't heard a lot of that chatter in a while.
Haven't heard anything, really.
Nope.
People find everything to be mad about, man. You know, just choose happiness.
Don't
Be
worry,
polite.
be happy.
Do we think here's the question. Do we think the Cardinals completely bottom out this year and next year? Like completely bottom out?
I don't think so. I
don't either. So
I think that they're going to be good. Like, I think we're going to see kind of sort of a 500 team. It's fine.
do we think progress is going to be made over these next 2 years?
Progress
so.
is being made now.
Then
And
I don't see Ollie being
No,
replaced.
and I think that this team is pitching away from being a good team, which I also think that Chaim Bloom, when he looked at what was going on, said, you know what this team needs? Pitching. You know what I'm going to draft? Pitching. You know what I'm going to trade for? Pitching. And I think that they're in need of it, and I think it's on the way. Help is on the way, folks.
Good.
Be excited.
I mean, Cardinals are a wild card team right now.
There you go. What are we talking about? Just get in the tournament, man.
Playoffs, baby.
Just get in the tournament. Just get in.
Let's go.
I am interested to see how this 17-game stretch goes. I think we'll see a lot of what Ollie Marmol has to bring to the table in terms of this team, because you are playing better teams now. So if he can maneuver the lineup, work the bullpen, and put the team in a position to succeed despite some of their flaws, I think that's where you really start to see what Ollie Marmol can bring to the table.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the problem that... not the problem. The one thing I give maybe a little latitude with is, like, what can he really do with that bullpen? Like, if he doesn't get a replacement player from the minors or from elsewhere to help out, Ollie Marmol, there's only so much magic he has in the hat, right? Like, because he's got to roll out these guys to protect other guys in the bullpen, and no matter what, you're going to get Swanson at some point. Stanek, who hasn't been nearly what we thought he was going to be. Whoever it is, your version, unless it's Romero or O'Brien, it's kind of like Ollie's got his fingers crossed going, hopefully this works today.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how much of that falls on Ollie, I guess is what I'm saying.
Fair.
Be more of a Chaim Bloom thing.
All right, from the 801 Hot Take or Hot Garbage, Jordan Kyrou's knee injury was a large reason why his play dipped this season.
We don't know that to be true or untrue, although if we're comparing it, and I said this off air to you guys, if we're comparing it, Robert Thomas was, how did the start of his season go this year?
Not great.
Then he had a little cleanup in his knee, and then what happened?
Things got much better.
Much better. So if we're basing it off of that, or even Dylan Holloway, he hurt his ankle, came back, didn't do well, had a bad game in Edmonton, went back on the injured list, got healthy, came back, played very well. And it's not outlandish for me to use those two players because Jordan Kyrou, in theory and in reality, has been a player like that, offensively impactful like those guys can be. So was his knee, did it take instead of having a fifth gear, did he only have 4 gears? Because that would affect the high-end speed with the knee, and it would affect his tight turns, his edge work, his battling in corners. Like, if you don't have the strength in your knee, you don't have it. Now, I don't know what the injury was. Don't know how bad it was. Obviously, it was fine enough for him to keep playing on.
Yeah.
But having an injured knee as a dynamic speedster, I think automatically hindered his performance. To what level? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From the 314 Hot Take or Hot Garbage, the Tennessee Titans will have a top 10 defense, and Cam Ward will become a top 10 quarterback under Brian Daboll.
Oh,
I could see the defense at some point. I think their defense is coming along. I don't know if Cam Ward becomes what'd you say, top 10 quarterback under Brian Daboll?
Mm-hmm.
What's the time frame? Like forever? This year, no. Next year, I like Cam Ward. I don't know if he ever becomes a top 10 quarterback, though.
I'm going to say hot garbage as well.
There's just nothing.
I think it's too much.
you said it would stink.
Yeah, I think both of those together.
Yeah.
Give me one or the other. I don't think both of them.
That's a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's a Super Bowl team. If you have a top 10 defense and a top 10 quarterback,
AFC Championship game.
like you're a Super Bowl contender.
The
Right?
Titans have enough defensively for Robert Saleh to do what he does best with the defense?
Yeah. I think that defense was underrated a year ago. I think they were spending too much time on the field because the offense was so bad.
Yeah.
And Cam Ward, Cam Ward didn't have a shot last year. I mean, I think he was the most sacked quarterback in the league.
His wide receivers couldn't catch the
wide
football.
receivers were terrible.
They were catching it with close hands.
Yeah, so there's a lot of work to do on offense. Cam Ward is the least of their problems, but I do think their defense is pretty good.
Okay.
And like you said, Robert Saleh's there now.
Yeah, I don't know, because he seems to, wherever he goes as a defensive guy,
Unreal.
they're very good.
Agreed.
Hot Take or Hot Garbage from the 636. Jordan Kyrou or Robert Thomas must go if the culture problem is to be fixed.
We're assuming that they are the culture problem, right? If you're assuming they are, then yeah, the answer is yes, hot take. If you're in the camp of assuming that they're not, then it's hot garbage. And Army said it over a number of interviews over the last couple of days, and Monty, like, we as fans, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
We don't know who the problems are and who the guys who aren't the problem. Like, we have an idea. We have what we think is. I don't know. I'm around the team a lot. I'm on the road with the team. I'm on the bus. I'm on the plane. And I don't see instances where I look at certain players and go, oh, that guy's a problem. If I hear about it later on down the road, I have to take that player or that person's word for it because I don't have that access. Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I don't know if the culture is a problem. I think the competitiveness of the group overall, not individual guys, but overall, is the problem.
Does that come from your best players? If you're not a competitive team, would it be fair to say that the best players, highest paid players are not overly competitive people?
I don't think so, because
I do.
I don't, because you have a top line guy, and let's say Dylan Holloway. He's a very competitive guy, but then you've got a third line player that's not competitive. How is it Dylan Holloway's fault?
We're talking about as a team collectively, though. If you have the team,
but you're isolating the top players.
No. Yeah, because if I would say if Dylan Holloway is the only competitive person, then that's a problem.
But are you saying that?
I'm saying that if you have multiple people that are being paid a lot of money that are not competitive, I think that that's a problem. I don't disagree. I don't know that that's their story, but I think when your best players are able to be coached hard. I hear Tim Duncan talk about Greg Popovich all the time. I hear all the other players that played, the Olympics with Pop and talk about, well, listen, if Pop talks to Tim Duncan like that, who the hell am I to complain? That's the best player, one of the greatest players to play the game at his position. If he can talk to him that way, you better believe if you're the 15th man on the bench, you shut up and get in line because I'm not you.
Yep.
So I think that kind of goes along with how hard you can coach how competitive your team is. If your best players are your best coached players, your hardest working players, your grittiest players, that don't mean they got to punch people in the face, but they are tough in their own regard. That, to me, filters throughout the entire team.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, there's a precedent that has to be set.
Yes.
And the hierarchy has to set that precedent.
Correct.
That precedent. I don't disagree with that. Now, for the Blues, it's to find out who those guys are. It's to determine who your top guys are, and then to reevaluate within your top guys of who the go-to guys are and who are the guys that are causing problems.
Yeah.
And then you have to evaluate, how can we change this? Is a conversation enough? Is a request to get a list of teams of where they would be traded to? Is that the angle? As a team, then you have to figure out what is the solution, because identifying the problem and not doing anything about it, or being unable to do anything about it, doesn't change things.
Yeah.
Could the issue be where certain players have certain roles and they are not playing to that role? I'll just give an example. Not a player, but an example of maybe a defenseman who is supposed to be a hard-nosed defenseman inside the defensive zone, hard in front of the net. That player is not playing that specific style. Is that a competitive issue to you, or is that just a player that is not doing what they're supposed to do in terms of their role on the team?
Well, it's both.
Is it both? Okay.
It's absolutely both. And if you're talking about a physical defenseman in your end, it's not hard for me to come in and replace that guy. That's an easy one. The bigger problem the Blues are going to have is you talk about the head of the snake. And the head of the snake has to be either the most dangerous part of the snake, or if it's chopped off, it's not dangerous at all. So if you've got 2 or 3 guys who are your top paid guys, or 4 guys, whatever it is, that are not competitive, but they also hold the cards as far as no trade clauses, again, identifying the problem is only half of it. Finding a solution is way more difficult for Doug Armstrong and Alex Steen and Jim Montgomery, because the players have the advantage in that situation, and then you've got to figure out a way to remedy that.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Who are some of the best non-first round projected players in tonight's draft? That's next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So the first round of the NFL draft is tonight. We got coverage starting at 6 o'clock. And there will be 32 names that are read off. There will be some talented players that fall into the second round. Happens every year. Carey, for you, who are the most talented players that could fall into the second round?
There are a few that I put down on this list. Eli Stowers, the tight end from Vanderbilt. Gabe Atkins, I'm going to shout him out. The defensive end rush in from the University of Illinois. Outstanding football player. Gets after the quarterback and plays the run very soundly. One of the names that I thought was intriguing is Jadarian Price, who is also a running back from Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about one Notre Dame running back in particular in Jeremiah Love, but his running mate, Price, also is a guy that could potentially be back into the first round or second day. And I think it's important that we always talk about, like, we get excited about the first day of the draft, and, you know, that's fun to watch. But teams that really draft well in day 2 and day 3 are the teams that make significant jumps in their progress and where they're trying to go. If you're wasting picks, or if you're picking guys that add no value to your team, you know, in day 2 and day 3, you're kind of missing out on opportunities to turn that roster over and reset some things. So those were a couple of names that I saw that I think have some real potential on second and third days.
I don't know where he eventually falls. I don't know if you have a thought on this, but I really like Omar Cooper Jr. will be taken in the first round this year.
Yep.
His teammate, Elijah Surratt, is one of the smoothest route runners that I saw in college football this year.
Yeah.
He was the go-to guy a lot of times for Mendoza, especially when he needed a first down. And I thought that the way that Surratt got in and out of his breaks and had that connection with Mendoza dating back to Cal.
Yeah.
I could see if you're the Raiders, if you want to pair Mendoza up with a familiar target, I think Surratt's going to be a really good pro.
I really do love Elijah Surratt. I think he's a bigger body receiver, one of those sticker receivers, but has the ability to take the top off, can catch the ball in traffic, does not mind playing across the middle, doing all of the dirty work that receivers more times than not, they don't want to be they don't want to be inside because it gets loud in there. But I think he's a really good receiver. And I'm looking at some of the comparisons. I was trying to think of some names that people could compare him to, or that he could be compared to. And one name that pops off the screen is Keenan Allen. Like, he reminds me, but I think he's more physical than Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is a route technician. Like, he's a guy that at the top of the route going to make you miss and be wide open. I think Elijah Surratt has a little bit of that, but I also think he has more of the physical part of it, which can also get defenders off of him as well. So I think he's a really good receiver, and if they were able to pair him back up with his college quarterback, that'd probably be a really good fit for him.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't have to, but I thought that was interesting. Kalen Black, sticking with Indiana, I think Kalen Black could be an interesting, like, late round target for somebody. Running back out of Indiana. Some other players that I think could be interesting. Zion Young from Mizzou. I think Zion Young, he's not going to be a first-round pick, but somebody that Mizzou has a long track record of finding those front seven guys, getting them to the NFL, and those guys having pretty good careers, whether it's, Ziggy Hood or Ely, or, not that Ely had a long career, but who are the other Mizzou guys, front seven guys?
Nick Bolton.
Bolton's another one. Sean,
defensive end,
not just edge, but the front seven guys like Sean Weatherspoon had a really good career after
They've had some guys. I mean, Josiah Trotter is on my list as well as one of those guys.
There you go.
Father lineage come from a football family. Father both played. Father played in the NFL. Brother plays in the NFL. That's another good one as well. But I was looking at the text line, and I got a couple of texts. Surratt reminds me of Anquan Bolden. I love that.
Oh, really?
I
love your Keenan Allen.
Bolden. But I love your Keenan Allen comparison. Bolden is better.
No, I agree. But Anquan Bolden was just a dude. Like, he was just a beast.
Special. Yeah.
But when I think of Surratt and the route running ability, it reminds me of what you said with Keenan Allen. But that's an interesting comparison too. With
I love both of them. But I think Indiana, I mean, I don't know how many players Indiana has had drafted in one draft. They got at least 4 or 5 guys probably going to be drafted this weekend. D'Angelo Pons is another one, the cornerback from Indiana. Outstanding, smaller corner, but I think he's a guy that you could put in the slot and make cover those slot receivers, shifty, quick. He's a small dog, but he doesn't mind being in the fight. Like, I think he's a really good corner as well that could also, be a second-day pick as well. So there's some names there.
I don't know if he goes in the first round, but if he doesn't, yeah, he will go in the first round. So this doesn't fit this segment, but I really like Dion Thieneman, the Oregon safety. Yeah. He reminds me a little bit of Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
Now, Cooper DeJean's faster, and he plays corner. But Thieneman, the way that he plays, the way that he reads coverages, the way that he breaks on plays, I think Thieneman is really interesting.
I was texting with BK last night. He was asking me, who do you think the Vikings are going to go with? And he has been linked to Minnesota. Obviously, Harrison Smith has been there for so long.
I can see that.
Slot right in and take over that spot.
Those types of safeties, huh? The safeties. They like those safeties.
Those types of safeties.
Those types of safeties, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
In the mold of Harrison Smith and a Thieneman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Minnesota didn't go for Cooper DeJean. That's what you're saying?
Those guys. They're athletic.
Yeah.
They're very athletic. Multi-sport
Why did you use quotation marks on that?
No, they're very athletic.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, multi-sport athlete. He played basketball. I'm sure he played hockey at some point,
Baseball,
Thieneman too, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thieneman probably a hockey player.
Probably. Yeah. At some point in his life.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is he Canadian, Jamie?
Not yet.
Going to Minnesota, he will be shortly.
No kidding. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We do have the Gauntlet coming up. We need a Gauntlet contestant. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service tax line. If you want to participate in the Gauntlet, give us a text. It's next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, our guy Stewie is always helping different clients out when it comes to, well, you know what? I'll just let him take over because when it comes to helping people, he knows how he can help people. But Stewie, I know you got a couple different examples for us.
Well, we got one easy one, okay? Customer calls us. His rate is in the upper sixes. He owes about $350,000 on a mortgage. We just refinanced him for free. We paid off his loan. It got done in 12 days. Anthony, he had to give us 5 pieces of paper. That was it.
Wow.
He e-signed the disclosures. Took him 2 minutes. Sent us the 5 pieces of paper. 12 days later, he was ready to close. We sent a notary out to his house. Over the weekend, he signed the papers. Then it took him 15 minutes to get it done. Boom. Saved $390 a month on his payment. This is real. It's happening every day. Now, this thing can change overnight. We go to war with Iran again. Those interest rates can climb up. Take advantage now. Grab it now. If rates go down later again, we can always do it for free for you again the second time. It's easy. It's simple. It's money in your pocket now.
There you go. That's our guy, Stewie, and he needs to be your guy as well, Jamie. That number, 314-324-4440.
That's right, 314-324-4440. Call our guy, Stewie, see what he can do for other people. Let him do it for you.
That's right.
Right?
And if you can't remember that phone number, maybe you're driving around right now, you don't have a piece of paper, you can always
Google the bagel loan.
Stewie, thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Four warriors, four categories, one challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:05, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome in Robert today. What's up, Robert?
Hello there. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
We're doing great. Appreciate you listening. Thank you for listening not only to the show, but also participating today in the Gauntlet. Would you like to take on Marsh, Kerry, Jamie, or me in round one?
Oh, I don't know if it matters, but I'll go with Kerry Davis, please.
Kerry Davis.
Good luck, Robert.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
All right, so Robert, you're going to go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel as Kerry makes his way into the cone of silence.
All right, Marsh, go ahead, spin that wheel for me.
Robert, any hope for what the category is?
Maybe baseball.
Okay. Let's hope you get baseball today, then.
Robert, what's starting tonight and will be again tomorrow night and throughout the weekend? The NFL draft. You've got football.
The NFL draft. Yeah, sounds
okay.
good.
All right,
football, buddy.
All right, so you're going to get four football-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1 to Robert. In early 2002, Steve Spurrier left the University of Florida to coach the NFL's Washington Redskins. How many seasons did the old ball coach spend in our nation's capital?
Not many. I'll say 3.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Robert, question number 2. The 2007 Patriots became the first NFL team since the 1972 Dolphins to complete a regular season undefeated. But New England was upset by the Giants in Super Bowl 42. How many points were scored by the Giants that day?
May I have the options, please?
Was it 17, 21, or 24?
24. Final answer.
Question number 3. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones, recovering from a ruptured Achilles tendon, has begun dropping back and throwing again. Where did Danny Dimes play his college football?
Options, please.
Options are Louisville, Georgia Tech, or Duke.
I'll go with Georgia Tech.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final question, Robert. Let's head to Chi-Town. Who was the first draft pick in the Ben Johnson era?
May I have the options, please?
Luther Burden III, Colston Loveland, or Rome Odunze?
I'll go with Luther Burden III, please.
All right. LB3. Okay. We're going to bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence right now. Robert, how you feeling?
I'm walking the line, I think.
Okay. All right. We'll see here.
Okay, CD's coming back in here. CD, how was the Illinois reunion in the Cone of Silence? You and T-Bone.
Illinois football, man.
Yeah.
ILL.
I can see you guys in there. You guys are patting each other on the back.
Yeah, man. Talking about some Illinois football.
Speaking of football, Carey, your category today is football.
Okay, cool.
Pack a lunch.
Okay.
Here we go. Question 1. In early 2002, Steve Spurrier left the University of Florida to coach the NFL's Washington Redskins. How many seasons did the old ball coach spend in our nation's capital?
I mean, I don't need the options because it's going to be like 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and it wasn't 4. Don't think it was going to be 1, 2, or 3. How many years did he spend in Washington? That's the question?
Yes.
Let's go 2. What year did you say? Say that again.
In early 2002, Steve Spurrier left the University of Florida to coach the NFL's Washington Redskins. How many seasons did the old ball coach spend in our nation's capital?
Let's go 2. Final answer.
Question 2. The 2007 Patriots became the first NFL team since the 1972 Dolphins to complete a regular season undefeated. But New England was upset by the Giants in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 42. How many points were scored by the Giants that day?
I don't know how many points the dang on Giants scored.
If you're paying attention, you know.
I'll narrow it down with the options.
All right. Was it 17, 21, or 24?
Did they kick a field goal in that game? I mean, I don't know what the score was, so it doesn't help. Let's go 24. Final answer.
Question number 3. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones, recovering from a ruptured Achilles tendon, has begun dropping back and throwing again. Where did Danny Dimes play his college football?
Duke. Final answer.
Final question. Let's head to Chi-Town. Who was the first draft pick in the Ben Johnson era?
Was it Rome? Was it Rome Odunze? Oh, no. It was Colston. Colston Loveland. Rome was his... Because Rome and Caleb came in together. They drafted... Okay, yeah. Loveland. Final answer.
All right, guys, let's go right down the paper here.
Why?
In early 2002, you know why, Steve Spurrier left the University of Florida to coach the NFL's Washington Redskins. How many seasons did the old ball coach spend in our nation's capital? Robert, without the option, said 3. Carey, without the option, said 2. Correct answer is
3, again, one of the options, but it was 2.
Carey up 2-0. It was 1, 2, or 3. Carey even knew the options on that one. The 2007 Patriots became the first NFL team since the 1972 Dolphins to complete a regular season undefeated. But New England was upset by the Giants in Super Bowl 42. How many points were scored by the G-Men that day? Robert said 24. Carey said 24. Correct answer is
17.
17-14, I think was the final, wasn't it?
Yes.
17-14,
Come on,
yeah.
man.
Low scoring game.
I remember that.
It was.
Carey up 2-0. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones, recovering from a ruptured Achilles tendon, has begun dropping back and throwing again. Where did Danny Dimes play his college football? Robert said Georgia Tech. Carey said Duke. Correct answer is
Give me them Blue Devils.
Duke. 4-0 Carey. Let's head to Chi-Town. Who was the first pick? Who was the first draft pick in the Ben Johnson era? Robert said Luther Burden III. Carey went with Colston Loveland. Correct answer is
It is Colston Loveland.
Robert.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Not today.
Robert, sorry, pal. He got you 6-0 today.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, congratulations, Carey.
Thank you, Robert. Have a good job.
All right. Thank you.
You know what it sounds like, Robert?
What's that?
The way you said that when you said, wow, all right, it sounded like you're going to go home at some point and you're going to study your rear end off and you're going to come back for Carey at some point. That's what it sounded like to me.
It did sound a little bit
You sounded motivated right there, and I appreciate that.
That's absolutely right.
Yes, I thought so. All right.
What you can do, Robert, if you want to, is you can download the Dirt Cheap app, and on your way home, you can place an order and pick it up curbside. So when you're studying for that test, you can enjoy a cold beverage.
Wow.
Well, there you
That's
go.
way to study.
Remember to have fun, though, but please be careful out there.
That's
All right.
Robert,
Thank you, gentlemen.
be good. We'll see you, man.
Okay. See you later.
It didn't
What?
even fit. That wasn't even...
He got shut out. I figured the guy might want a beer. Okay? Come on, man.
It did, though. It sounded... When he said... He goes, all right, okay, all right. I see you, Carey. It was one of those deals.
See, that's what I just wanted.
I liked it, though.
Beverage.
I like the passion.
Stay in your lane.
No, you stay in your lane. Fast lane on 101 ESPN. All right. What are the biggest questions that we have regarding tonight's first round? By the way, we've got Steve Ott coming up at the bottom of the hour. So Steve Ott
Let's go.
Will join us. We'll talk a little hockey with Steve Ott. But coming up next, what are the biggest questions that we have regarding tonight's round one? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, I got up this morning around 7 o'clock, went to the gym, felt great, been feeling wonderful. I'm about my 60 days where I started the testosterone therapy replacement, and I'm feeling so much better. And we talked about how mentality has helped you, how it helps me. We talk to people all the time when they ask us, does it really work? And the answer is yes, and we are proof of it every single day.
Yeah, in fact, 94% of men report renewed energy and focus within those 60 days. So, Carey, you mentioned the 60-day window there. I remember feeling it. I mean, it's certainly not instantly, but I felt it within the first couple of weeks. My energy was restored. I really noticed it during the spring and summertime when, you got a lot of outdoor chores going on. Your schedule's packed. If you got kids like I do, you're constantly running around from one thing to the next. And, oh, by the way, you got to mow the lawn. You got to trim. You got to do this and that and the other thing. And I was still, bursting with energy Saturday night, bursting with energy Sunday night. I love what Mentality's done for me.
Yeah, they start with real medicine, and they run a 100-point blood panel. They get you to the bottom of what's really going on with you. And again, maybe it's testosterone, maybe it's peptide therapy that you need. Those things will get you back up and getting you feeling like you're 25 again. And that's the one thing that we enjoy about it. So schedule your appointment today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. 2 great locations, one in Chesterfield, one in South County. You can go by there and get it done, get it taken care of. lowtusa.com.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So what are the biggest questions that we have regarding tonight's round 1 of the NFL draft? Well, one question nobody has is who's going to go number 1 overall. That's going to be Fernando Mendoza.
You never know. There could be action at the last minute, Anthony.
What?
I mean, the fact that Tom Brady said that he's going to mentor Fernando Mendoza. I mean, that could be the ultimate ruse right there, you know?
Tom Brady with the curveball at the last second, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not see it. Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding.
I think one of the biggest questions, honestly, is who the Jets are going to take with the second overall pick.
And it's because it's the Jets. Let's just be honest. And what do the Jets need? They need a lot of things.
If they could use anything, really, quite frankly.
Quarterback, but there's not a quarterback good enough to go 2.
Nope.
So that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have. Well, they don't have a lot of things.
They don't have a lot of the offensive line, the defense.
No point.
What are you saying?
No point grabbing a running back if you got no offensive line.
That's correct.
They got a good running back.
And they still got Breece Hall. So
I just said no sense.
Yeah,
they got that.
Talking about Jeremiah Love. You know, it's either going to be David Bailey or it's going to be Arvell Reese. I wonder. I think it's going to be David Bailey. They had canceled the tour with him or one of the visits with him. To me, that suggests one of two things. Either one, they've got all they need to know on David Bailey. They're good to go, and they're just triple checking with Arvell Reese. Or two, they've eliminated David Bailey and they are going to go with Arvell Reese. But again, I think Bailey's going to be the pick for them at number 2. But if we're talking about big questions, CD, that's one of them for me.
I think Arvell Reese is kind of one of those linebackers where it's the question of, is he an actual linebacker? Is he an edge guy? What do you prefer? What do you think he's going to be best at? Most times you're not going to draft like an outside off-ball linebacker with the number 2. Those guys that are impact players are going to be pass rushers or passers. And so that's tend to where you're looking at. I think Bailey is probably the best of the two because if they're playing edge, Bailey is actually an edge player. So, but to Jamie's point, it is the Jets. Like you really do not know.
What you think makes sense may not make sense to them.
And maybe, I mean, if you're the Jets and you have some of those concerns or you're uncertain, you would trade back. Somebody wants that number 2 spot and will gladly move up. Cowboys, someone would move up.
What could they get for the number 2 spot? Like,
oh man,
because if I'm the Jets, I'm seriously considering trading. I'm so far away that I would rather trade my number 2 pick and get more picks to try and actually, I don't know, build a team.
You would get. I mean,
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. It's crazy. I know.
2 to 3 first-round draft picks, 2 this year, 2 next year, 1 this year, like something along
Depends
those
on
lines.
how far whoever it is
you're
going
moving
up.
Yeah. So if you're the Cowboys and they're moving up from 10 to, where they at, 12?
The Cowboys
to 2?
are at 12. Yeah, 12 to 2.
So you're going to get the 12th pick.
You're going to get the 12th pick, a first rounder next year, and probably second rounder this year.
I don't think that's enough. I want more.
Fine, I'll just keep the pick.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Good luck.
See you,
Mr. Cowboy.
You
same
go.
spot, same
You're the
time.
Jets.
Good luck,
Hey,
Mr.
same
Cowboy.
spot,
We're in the
same
same
time
spot
next year.
We're in the same
Jets,
spot.
I'll see you next year.
Ain't won. You ain't been to the
In the top 5.
NFC Championship game in 30 years.
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
Rated.
By the way, Sonny Styles is Lorenzo Styles' son. Lorenzo Styles, remember the Rams?
Yeah.
With the Rams, he's a Oiler, he's a Falcon. I'm excited to see where he goes. Sonny Styles.
Him and his brother. His brother's a really good football. They both were. His brother's older. He's bigger than the big brother.
Yeah.
But Sonny Styles is one of those guys that is an impact player as well. Like where he ends up, I think he's a top 5 pick. Is he in? Does he go to New York? Does he go Tennessee? Like what is? And I think that's predicated on where Jeremiah Love goes. If he goes number 3 to the Cardinals, then maybe you see him in Tennessee. But I think Ohio State had a really good team this year. Like a really good team. Like defensively, they had some dudes.
Not good enough.
Well, they played Indiana, and Indiana is really good too, as we all know, right?
Yes.
They tried.
Yeah.
That's not who they lost to in the playoffs, though. Who'd they lose to in the playoffs?
I was just going to ask you the same damn question.
They lost to the Big Ten championship to Indiana.
Yeah, Ohio State lost to. Don't tell me. Texas Tech lost to.
It's an SEC team.
No.
No? You know, Marsh?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't remember.
It was New Year's.
Did Miami wax them?
Miami beat them.
Miami waxed them. Miami crushed them.
Oregon crushed Texas Tech.
Yes.
Yeah, Oregon. Yeah.
Texas Tech finished 3rd that day, as Jamie Rivers would say. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, that was one of the shockers with Miami.
Wichita State.
Yeah.
It's pronounced, the natives say Wichita.
Wichita State.
Wichita State. You mentioned it, Carey, as we're talking about biggest questions. Where does our guy Jeremiah Love go? I could see as high as 3 to Arizona. I could see as low as 7 to Washington. I don't see him falling beyond Washington.
If he gets past 5, I think the Giants are crazy because that's an upgrade at that position for them. That's probably the best player available, unless you are looking at, man, we need a defensive player or we need somebody else. We need so much more. We're not going to draft a running back here, but I think he does. He makes it to Washington. The Browns don't need another running back. They just drafted 2 last year.
Right.
Like I said, Quinshon Judkins was really, really good. So 7 would probably be the lowest that Jeremiah Love would fall to.
Yeah.
But I would find it hard to believe that he makes it there.
In the final minute here, because we're going to get to Steve Ott, any other big questions that you have? One I'll throw out there is A.J. Brown traded tonight?
No.
Is Kyle Pitts traded tonight?
New England got other things going on.
Like what?
You know, we talked about it. Yeah, hey.
That guy ain't going to be there.
He can't answer. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's going to be there.
He's going to be there the next 2 nights. Yeah.
He'll be there tonight.
I think he'll be there the next couple of years.
Really?
A.J. Brown dealt at some point. Not tonight.
I hear like June 1st. Why is that a marker?
It's the
salary.
Yeah, it's the salary cap ramifications and blah, blah, blah.
Somebody's
blah.
talking about that. The trade is like imminent June 1st.
Yeah, Schefter. So might as well believe it. Yeah, I think it was
Your
Schefter.
boy.
I'm pretty sure it was Schefter.
I don't know. That was Jay Glazer.
It was Schefter. We played his, or we talked about it the other day.
Bingo. Is Kyle Pitts traded?
He ain't going nowhere, man.
Any point this weekend,
What do you
Kyle?
want?
Build around
No.
that guy, Anthony.
The Falcons are tanking. I'm telling you right now.
No way.
Yes, they are. Have
Why
you
would they
seen?
do that?
Have you seen their offseason moves?
They just got really
They're
good
tanking.
news today.
Really good news today on their.
That was good news.
Yeah.
It was bad news, but it's good news.
I can't call him a felon because it looks like he's going to avoid that. So
There you go.
Yeah, good news. All right. We have good news. Steve Ott's going to join us next.
Go
Talk
Otter.
about hockey with him here on 101 ESPN.
The Fast Lane is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $400 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. Everything you need is all in one app, so don't miss your shot. And speaking of shots, C.J. McCollum the other night helping the Atlanta Hawks tie that series up 1-1. Maybe you want to take him over in three-pointers. Maybe you want to take Spider with the Cavaliers over in points, rebounds, and assists, and that's a great play if you're looking at Jokic. He's always doing a great job on those boards and assists. So maybe you want to do that. Just head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable. Bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Tonight we have day one of the NFL Draft. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock. We've been talking NFL all day long, so let's switch gears and talk some hockey. Steve Ott will join us next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by our guy Steve Ott, who doing a tremendous job with the Springfield Thunderbirds. Otter, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, guys. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Good. It's always good to hear your voice. I haven't heard it in a while. How are things going in Springfield right now for you? I know a tough one last night. We don't have to talk about that, but overall, you left quickly. The family got behind you. All the things have happened really quickly. How are things going?
Well, first of all, I think it's been going great. It's been an unbelievable experience to work with this group, from our young prospects to our veteran guys, and just being in our system. I mean, it's meant so much to obviously get the reins and continue to learn the process of being the head coach. And last night's game was a tough moment, but overall, it's been phenomenal.
So when you get there, obviously, you don't have a training camp to kind of implement what you want to do. And some of the things, you're probably still getting used to some of the players, even though you know of them, you haven't coached them per se. What was the most difficult thing for you to get into place so that you could get this team looking like you wanted it to?
I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was more of how are we going to, become culturally detailed. What's our process going to look like, and how do we create a team identity is something I focused on. And to be honest with you, I started with the defensive side of things, how we arrive into our D zone coverage, the little subtle details in the in the D zone coverage, being on the right side of pucks to checking for offense. All those things were more defensive before we got into the offensive side, just to sure down what it looks like to play the game the right way. And as this grew, we continued to touch on things. The guys bought in right away, and saw tremendous growth. From the first practice on, and the guys really bought in, which I was really proud of.
Well, one thing I noticed, buddy, really quickly, and it's really not much of a surprise, but I noticed that this team, to your point, the culture, they came together quickly as a group. But you guys got a little grittier, a little nastier. We saw, teammates jumping in for each other. Again, no surprise seeing that with you as the leader of the group. But is that something that the group came by it organically? Or is this a style of play you're like, hey, boys, if we're going to do this, we've got to be a little tougher?
I would say it's something that we had to talk about. There was a game early on against the Toronto Marlies, and one of our guys got taken advantage pretty heavily, and we ended up going back into Toronto, and not much needed to be said. And the guys jumped on board. They understand what it's like to be a team. We've preached team culture. We've preached what it looks like to play for each other, and they responded accordingly. It's not me sending guys over. It's them. It's them playing for each other, and that's exactly what makes you proud of a coach. When you know things in the physicality department and guys getting taken advantage. When you see a Hugh McGing, for example, actually one of our last games, jumping in for a young Susiev. From getting boarded from behind, it's guys playing bigger than they are for the team, and that for me, that's a very important part.
Steve, what would you say that the differences are, if there are any, from coaching guys that are in the NHL versus guys that are trying to get there for the first time or trying to get back to the NHL?
Well, I think it's kind of identifying the role of what they need to be in pro hockey. There's guys coming out of junior hockey, or maybe a guy struggled for 3-4 years and he's in the minors and he just doesn't know what type of player he truly is. So it's kind of identifying, and it's not pigeonholing. It is what's going to give you the best chance to become an NHL player one day. And I use Peterson as an example, who's going to be, a hard power forward type of forward-checking player that goes heavy to the net. He's tough as well. But if you want to go out and play a skill game, your game's going to get in trouble, and then you don't know what your identity is. So, for him, it's identifying, for example, his identity that's going to lead him to the NHL and trying to help these, younger players out so they ultimately get a chance one day.
How receptive are they to those conversations? Jamie talks about being an offensive-minded defenseman. That had to change very quickly. I was a running back, moved to fullback. Obviously, that shifts kind of what you thought you were. Are the guys pretty receptive to it, or do you have some guys that kind of push back and say, no, coach, I can be this as well?
You know what? I haven't had any pushback. I mean, when you've hung around the NHL the last, 25 years, you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of players that, have never panned out, and you've seen a lot of players that have transitioned their game. And I'm one of the guys like you. I mean, scoring, a lot of goals in junior hockey and going to the NHL and becoming a pest rat to just survive. Yeah. It's the transformation of your character and how what it's going to be at the end of the day to ultimately make it. And I try to identify that. We have a lot of great conversations, and my room's open that way to kind of obviously learn and teach and allow them to become somebody that they hopefully can one day.
Otter, I think, and this is just my opinion, I think the Blues are in need of to make it easy, a Steve Ott-esque player. The pest, the rat, the guy that'll back it up, the guy that'll get in on the forecheck. You bring up the name Peterson, and I watched a few of the games, and, he looks like he could be that type of player. How far off is a guy like Peterson? Because I do think that would add a nice layer here for the Blues up here.
Well, I don't think he's far off at all. You know what? He's going to continue to, grow his game, and I thought he took a monster step this year in all those departments. And when I think it's very important, it's the game 61 on a Tuesday that there might not be the momentum or the energy in the building, and he's the type of player that can drag people back into the fight. And I think those are the guys that, bring great energy, positivity, work ethic, all those areas where it might be lacking in your team some days. And he's one of those guys that can spark that back up.
Steve Ott joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Otter, the first time we talked to you was when you first, were going down to Springfield, and, we're kind of asking you some questions about, hey, have you ever thought about coaching, being a head coach and all that? What have you learned about yourself during this process?
Well, the biggest thing I probably learned is I was ready for this opportunity. You obviously have a belief in yourself as a coach, and you want to be as prepared as possible when you get this opportunity. And I felt I was really prepared. I was excited for this opportunity, and to see it all come through and play how you want to imagine in your mind what your team would look like, and it come to fruition. I think that's where it makes you really proud, and knowing as a coach that you were ready for this opportunity.
All right, Otter, a lot of discussion here, following the Blues season, and I know you kept up with the season. A nice little push at the end, fell short, but a good sign was that a lot of the young players were a big part of it. For some of our listeners who may not know everybody in the pipeline, just, some names that you are coaching currently right now that you think at some point in the next year or two could make an impact on the Blues roster.
Well, first of all, Otto and Theo, you guys got a taste of them in St. Louis. They have great talent and, NHL ability. A guy that we saw in St. Louis for a bit, Kaskamaki, I would say he's on the radar of exactly that. He's a 200-foot hockey player. Burns, the defenseman, he's too bad he's injured right now, but this is a 20-year-old with high character, strong puck play, heavy defenseman like a Barrett Jackman type that I think the Blues fans should be very excited. And then I would say the next wave of the Pekarsiks and the Stancils and the Petersons that will continue to grow. They got big size to them. They're strength, possession type of players. And you're going to see, guys in the goaltending position. I know. Obviously, St. Louis has two great goaltendings, but you can't have enough depth in that position. And I think all three of our guys right now are continuing to help down here with Zarenko and Cranley and Romanov. So there's some exciting pieces. There's tremendous young talent in St. Louis, with Snuggies and the Holloways and Robergs, and it's collectively doing this organizationally, and you can't have that prospect pool deep enough. That's for sure.
All right, our last one we got for you here, and this is not really a hockey thing. I guess it is, but what are you most proud of with this group that you took over in Springfield? Because when you took the group over, obviously things weren't going well. The Blues had moved on from the past head coach, Kent Walchuk, and they weren't a playoff team. So what are you most proud of yourself and this group overall?
Well, I would say the buy-in. From the veteran guys that I've had great help from, the Wagners and the Rosens, Dylan Dubé and Hugh McGing, the way that they have led and been an extension of us coaching staff, or our coaching staff, to the young guys, to see their growth out of all those kids that I think took a really big step in the last few months, and to see them grow all together into a team, that's what I'm proud of.
Otter, we always love chatting with you, and best of luck moving forward as well. It's certainly been fun to kind of track what you guys are doing in Springfield. Thank you.
I appreciate it. We're up against it. Obviously, playing a great team here in the Charlotte Checkers, but it's only 1-0 in a series of 3, so we need that big one tomorrow.
I wouldn't be opposed to a warm-up brawl either. Just saying. I'm just saying, dress a few extra guys. I mean, we've been down that road before.
Did you think about it?
Well, I always think about that.
Good luck moving forward.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate having me on.
Yeah, take care.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. Thanks, Rose. Bye-bye.
I loved his response about, it reaffirmed to me that I was ready for the opportunity.
That's a head coach right there.
Yeah.
That's a head coach.
You could tell the way he talks.
Yeah. I was
He's a head coach.
You can hear it, like, from when we talked to him when he first left to where he is now. It's good. It's the coach speak, but you can tell he sounds like he's more confident in the job. Not that he wasn't confident when he got there, but when you're starting a new job, you're like, okay, let me see. And then he said, yeah, I can. I'm able to do this at a high level. I'm getting these guys going. You asked him about the mindset. No, we had to kind of grow into that.
I love that answer. Yeah, we had to have a chat.
Yeah.
We had to have a conversation, and you can tell when you're a coach and you're.
I have watched some games throughout the year, and the team I watched in the last 10 games to the team I watched at the start of the season in Springfield, it is night and day.
Yeah.
Stylistically, the way they played, a lot of the same players, and they just played different for Steve Ott.
That's great.
And so it's a great thing for him. I wish him nothing but the best. And we do have some questions on here, like where can they watch? Well, you go to the AHL.com. They have a thing called AHL TV. That gets you almost every single game that's going on. I think it has a little bit of a price tag to it, so there's that, but you can always catch those games there.
There you go. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We've got Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
The action continues tonight. Oh, my goodness. Watching the NHL playoffs has been phenomenal. Got some great matchups tonight. The Ottawa Senators are back at home against the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line, minus 122. The Avalanche heavily favored. You might want to stay away from that game. The Boston Bruins going back to the confines of Boston. They're a minus 115 on the money line. You can get all of these odds and more over at Circa Sports. Get on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Find the Circa Sports white logo. Click on that. It means you download the app, then you sign up, and away you go. You're looking at these money lines every night. They've got great odds there. In fact, they've got the best odds of any app that is on the market. I guarantee you that. You can check it out if you don't believe me. They've got high betting limits. And the best part about Circa Sports, They celebrate their winners. There's no limiting bets. There's no stopping, blocking, cutting off. You name it. Pick your word. They're not doing that. They're celebrating the winners. They want to see everybody have a great time while using their Circus Sports app. So please download that app. And for any other information, go to circusports.com today. That's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Time to bet the board. Marsh, how did we all do last night?
Carey and I picked up points last night. Jamie did not. You did not, Anthony.
No, thanks, Wild.
Double overtime, Anthony.
Blew a couple of leads now, didn't we? And who was in the building last night? In Minnesota.
The Minnesota Vikings were in the building, yeah.
New man on the Minnesota Vikings.
Who in particular?
Lizzo.
Who in particular?
Justin Jefferson was there.
Oh, he's a winner. Was J.J. McCarthy there?
J.J. McCarthy was there. Brian O'Neill. T.J. Hawkinson.
That's horrible.
That's why they lost.
Who wasn't there?
I don't think Kyler Murray was there.
Yeah,
That's hard to believe.
Doesn't like his teammates.
No, he never did, and they never liked him much either.
Don't know. I don't know if he was there. I didn't see him there, but J.J. McCarthy.
Did they cheer?
Was 6-4 this year, by the way.
Yeah, he was. Darn right he was.
He's going to be watching a lot of football this year too.
No, he's not. He's going to be a starter
Anthony,
at some point.
in Minnesota. Okay.
All right, so who's up?
Me. He doesn't believe it, does
Not
he?
at all. He doesn't believe it. Look at him.
I do believe it.
Go ahead, Carey.
When Kyler Murray inevitably gets injured,
Yeah, exactly.
like he typically does.
Bingo.
Well, and then Kevin O'Connell's going to let him play another 5 games half dead.
Because why the hell not?
That was just Carson Wentz.
How's your arm? Just hanging off. You got another one in you. Go ahead. It's not your throwing
He's
arm.
like Bud Kilmer.
Actually, it is my throwing arm, Coach. It's not the strong arm.
My strong hand.
Take my strong hand, child.
All right. Give me the Cleveland Cavaliers at -1.5 on the alternate spread.
Give me the Ottawa Senators on the money line, -122. I think they have a big response.
I actually like it. I thought about the Senators as well.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Marsh, is it me?
Yep.
So I was looking for some first 5 lines yesterday, and they're too expensive. I wanted the Braves. They won comfortably. Too expensive. But tonight, I got the Minnesota Twins -135 in the first 5, Marshy. In the first 5. As they play that dumpster fire of a program. The New York Mets.
They're not even trying.
Well, the Mets won last night.
They certainly
Did they win?
did.
They
Finally?
did. They broke the skid.
curse.
They broke the curse.
They're back, baby.
Yep.
They are back.
Both teams to score, what is it? First 5, and you took the Twins. Just checking.
Twins -135 in the first 5.
I got you, man.
Boom.
Shakalaka.
Boom. Shakalaka.
All right, I'm going to the NHL. I'm also looking at the Ottawa and Carolina game. I'm going back to the goaltender saves. Give me Linus Ullmark over 26.5 saves tonight. Carolina loves to shoot the puck from anywhere on the ice.
That is a fact.
That is at -110.
That's good. That's a good call there, Marshy.
Way to go. So, Jamie, while we got a minute to wrap here, I agree with you on the Senators. I think they respond. I think they respond well. I think they win. The other NHL games tonight, you've got the Sabres and Bruins, Avalanche, and Kings. The Kings are down 2-0, and they have given Colorado everything that they've got. Any chance you think LA sneaks one out here as at home?
Maybe one, but I think they lose a series 4-1. LA plays a very suffocating defensive style of game. They've got some big bodies. They like to occupy the middle of the ice. They'll crowd the house in their defensive zone. They block shots like it's their passion. This is the way they've been coached for the last couple of years. And DJ Smith is definitely one of those guys. He likes his teams to be tough in the middle of the ice and give up very little. But the flip side is they don't really create a lot either. So it's going to be a 1-0.
It's got to be a low-scoring game.
2-1.
Sure.
Like one of those things right there.
Yeah.
If they're lucky enough to punch in a power play goal here or there, then they'll get a win. But I think it's 4-1 the series.
4-1. So, yeah. So a gentleman's sweep.
Correct.
Gotcha. Buffalo.
That series is awesome, by the way. You don't know which way to turn in that one. The Bruins look good, though. They look really good. They look good both games. They fumbled it a little bit at the end of game 1, and Buffalo certainly pounced on that. Going back into Boston, Boston plays a nasty game. It's going to be wild. I think the Bruins take the game tonight. I don't know about the series. Like, that series in particular for me is one of the toughest ones to predict of the entire playoffs, just because I feel like they're so evenly matched. But if I had to pick, I'd say the Sabres pull out the victory of the series, but I think Boston wins tonight.
Good stuff. All right, that's Jamie Rivers. That's Kerry Davis. That's Andrew Marsh from Anthony Stalter. And we got the biggest question of the day next.
Cheap, cheap, fun, fun.
Let's get dirty, St. Louis. Stop by Dirt Cheap on your way home. They've always got great deals going on over there. Remember, Dirt Cheap is the price, not the product. So please swing by. You'll love what they have as far as beers are concerned. So many great beers available. Some of them are cold. Some of them are just sitting there waiting for you. Red wine. Love picking up my red wine from Dirt Cheap. They've got something for everything is in your budget. And if you call ahead, or even when you ask at the counter, if they've got some of these suggestions, they'll give you some great ideas on some great wines that are available. Also, please don't miss out. Download the Dirt Cheap app. When you're a part of the loyalty program, every dollar spent at Dirt Cheap earns you points to use in store. I know this first time I signed up for it, punched in my phone number, boom, rewards instantly hitting my account. It's an awesome feature that Dirt Cheap has for you to enjoy. Also, with the app, you can place an order and pick it up curbside on your way home. They like to make it really easy for you, and the app certainly helps you out when you're doing that. And you can check out different events right there on the app, in-store specials, as well as some tastings that are available at certain locations. So for any information regarding all of that, go to dirtcheapfunfun.com. That's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, where it is 5:02. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Kerry Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we got the biggest question of the day. By the way, Adam Schefter of ESPN reporting that George Pickens will sign his franchise tag. So he's going to seemingly bet on himself, play 1 year.
Get paid $27 million.
Yeah, guaranteed $27 million at signing.
It's cool.
And see if you can't turn that into a long-term deal at some point. Kerry.
Yeah.
You were the one that drummed up our biggest question of the day today. What do you got?
Yeah, I was thinking about, it being draft day. Obviously, a lot of young men's lives will change here in a few hours. What is your favorite draft day moment?
My favorite
could be a player that got picked for your team. It could be, watching the draft. It could be Jamie Rivers being drafted. Hell, What is it?
That was a funny day. That's really funny. It's a weird day.
I bet.
Yeah.
Where were you?
It was in Quebec City.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was going to happen. As you know, there were some things that happened leading up to that draft. And I was rated to go in the top 20.
Wow.
And didn't go in the top 20.
No. Top 20 in the second round.
No. And halfway through the second, I was like, I'm leaving. I'm done with this crap. I was ticked off, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad said, sit your ass down, son. And I told him, okay. Sat there and then eventually drafted by the Blues, and things were a lot better. But
now, did they call you to tell you they were going to take you, or were you watching the TV?
No, I was in the building.
Okay.
So it's different. You know, the NHL back then, they had it at the arena. So it was in the Quebec Colisée. And all the teams have a big stage for the first rounders, and each team has a table on the ice surface, the floor.
Yeah.
And then everybody's in the crowd. And in Canada, like, that thing was sold out. Like, you had one whole side of it was for, like, players to potentially be drafted. It was, like, reserved, and your agent is there, your parents, your family, whoever. And then everybody else is, like, fans. So people, like, cheering at picks, they're booing at picks. It was, like, wild. It was wild. And then I just remember two things happened. One, I could have choked the hell out of my agent at one point because it was, I believe it was the Pittsburgh Penguins. Their first round pick came up, and my agent looked up, and he looked at me and he says, I think you're going. I think this is you. And I was like, oh, okay, Pittsburgh, let's go, you know. Then they didn't pick me. I'm like looking down. I'm like ready to kill him. And he's like, that's, you know, emotion. Like, that's what I had heard. That's what they said. You know, sorry.
Sure, yeah.
So then when St. Louis came up, he looked at me and he was like, thumbs up. He's like for sure, St. Louis. And they end up drafting me.
Nice.
I go down there, put the jersey on, and talked to Mr. Karan at the time, and he was fantastic. And they handled it really well. You know, they're a great staff, and they were excited about the draft and my pick and all that stuff. And it ended up being a great day overall. But it was, like I said, it was a very emotional. Like, it was a roller coaster because expectations are here. Then you're so angry you want to leave, and then you're happy again. You're back up here, and then once the draft was done, it was awesome. Like, you meet with the team. They had like a dinner. And Jamal Mayers was drafted after me, so like
nice.
Jammer was there. I had a mullet, he had a flat top. Boy, boy times have changed. and we had a good time. And then you go later on that night, and all the players are like at the bar. The Shea Dagobert, baby.
Nice.
Not one, not two, but 3 floors of fun.
Of course.
And you just celebrate it and have a good time. And then after that, you know, the real work starts.
All right, so that draft, Blues do not have a first-round pick.
No, his second-round pick, Maxim Betts.
Yep.
Ask me how many games he played.
3.
I don't think he played 1, to be honest. Maybe 3.
And then they selected Jamie Rivers from the Sudbury Wolves.
Yep.
And then you're right, then Jamal Mayers goes in the 4th round. Let's see here. I'm sure you know all these. How about round... No pick in round 5. How about round 6?
Was it Alex Vasilevsky?
No, sir.
Oh, I don't know. Who was round 6?
TK. His initials.
Roby?
No. No. TK. 6th-round pick.
I don't know.
The Vernon Lakers. Todd Kelman.
Never. I don't think he ever showed up at camp.
Oh, it's a bad pick, then.
Yeah, really bad pick.
Round 7. MB, Michigan State.
MB, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Mike Buzak,
Yeah.
the boozer goalie. Great guy. Did a tremendous Jim Carrey impersonation.
Did he?
Yes.
Round 8.
I think that was Vasilevsky.
Nope.
No.
EB, Westminster High School in Connecticut.
Eric Boganicki?
Yep.
Ooh.
Round 9. MG, St. Sebastian's.
I don't know.
Mike Greer.
Mike Greer or Mike Green?
That was Mike Greer.
G-R-E-I-R?
G-R-I-E-R.
So that, okay. Well, he went on to have a tremendous NHL career, and now he's the general manager of your San Jose Sharks.
No, damn it. I can't get away from him. You know what? This is fine here. Vasilevsky was round 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man. All right, anyway, so getting back to, that was great. Getting back to the NFL draft now.
Yeah.
Best moments, worst moments, things like that. I think that just some of the bigger moments, like when I was a kid, the whole Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf situation in '98 was crazy.
Big deal, man.
That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
You always remember the slides. So Aaron Rodgers sliding.
Yeah.
The other infamous slide was Brady Quinn out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
How about Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson sliding. Now, fortunately for him, he didn't slide out of the first round like those Quinn did. Johnny Manziel, like where was he gonna go? And I remember
he was gonna go to the Cowboys. Thought they were gonna take him.
And then he texted the Browns GM saying, "Hey, come get me. Let's go."
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Hey,
sounds about right.
Come get me. Let's go. Let's make some magic.
Ready. Yeah.
And then he decided to.
The one that stands out to me is Mike Ditka trading the entire draft for Ricky Williams.
Yeah, and then wore the
and walked out. Like I'm done.
The dreads.
Whoever decided that and whoever allowed that. Come on,
Did you know about that, Marsh? It was before your time.
Say that again about Ricky Williams?
So Mike Ditka, the assistant head coach, of course, youth soccer coach, decided to trade his entire draft so that the Saints, he was the Saints head coach at the time.
Plus 2 others in 2000.
To go up to get Ricky Williams. And that was it. They were done. They went to the post. They went to like the press conference. Mike Ditka sat there with Ricky Williams. It was they had 1 pick. It was Ricky Williams. Who was pretty good for the Dolphins.
He was pretty good for the Dolphins.
He eventually ended up being what he, close to what he was supposed to be.
He was. I think when he was in Miami with him and
really
Ronnie
good
Brown,
with the Dolphins.
They were dynamic together.
You know what's bad is that this is how bad that draft was. I don't even remember him being a New Orleans Saint.
Oh, really?
No.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
I only know him as a Miami Dolphin and a Texas Longhorn.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, Ricky Williams was drafted in 1999.
Bird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ricky was I mean he enjoyed 420.
Sure did. He enjoyed a lot of different things.
He marched to the beat of his own drum.
Different
Murr.
dude. Yeah.
All right. Any other moments? How about Laramie Tunsil and the gas mask?
That was unfortunate.
That was weird.
To come out like right before you were about to get drafted.
He had that thing duct taped to his head.
Yeah, but I mean, the video coming out was unfortunate.
Wasn't it his somebody in his family too?
I don't know.
His dad or something that leaked it?
I don't know. I thought it was a friend.
Look at my son.
No way.
Yeah, it cost him millions.
It cost.
Yeah, literally.
It did. It cost him millions.
He was went from a second overall to where did he fall? 13. Where did he end up
Tunsil?
going? Yeah.
No, he fell. I think he fell to the 7th round or something.
No.
Did he?
Who am I thinking
Laramie
of?
Tunsil? No.
It's Shedeur Sanders.
No. Yeah.
Laramie Tunsil was drafted.
No, you're right. First round, 13th overall.
Yeah, he was 13th overall, but he was supposed to be number 2.
There was another. Who am I thinking of then? There was maybe it was an injury situation, but whoever it was supposed to be a first round pick and then fell all the way to the 7th.
I think about the linebacker from Notre Dame who tore his ACL, got his ACL torn up.
No, I thought he was a second round pick for the Cowboys.
Second or the 4th, second round. But he was supposed to be a first round pick.
Whoever this was, maybe the text line can help me.
I don't remember that one.
Whoever it was, I think fell to.
Somebody says you're thinking of Collins.
Yes.
Murder charge.
Yes.
It's a little different than
Ray Collins.
Lael Collins.
Lael Collins. Oh, Lael Collins.
Who
for
went to the Cowboys.
He's an LSU. I think he's an LSU guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a.
He went undrafted.
That was a different charge, Anthony.
That was, but it turned out he wasn't.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It was Collins. Thank you for saying that. Pre-draft, regarded as a first-round pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, likely top 10 prospect. Collins started to drop when it was announced that he was scheduled to talk to the LSU police, the Louisiana State Police, days after the draft about the shooting death of a pregnant woman with whom he previously had a relationship, even though he was not considered a suspect of the crime. He eventually went undrafted after his agents threatened he would sit out the season and enter the 2026 NFL Draft.
That's ridiculous. That's unfortunate.
That
man.
is very
That's who I was thinking.
That's a lot of money, too. Like, first round to undrafted.
Yep.
Did he end up playing?
Yeah,
He did.
He had a pretty good career.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Yeah, he eventually signed. He had I think he was with the Cowboys for, 3 seasons or something like that.
6 years.
Or 6 years. There you go. And then
went
signed
to
with the Bengals.
As a starter. Like, he had a really
he
good
did.
career.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got day one coverage for the NFL Draft starting at 6 o'clock. We've got the Sports Six-Pack coming up. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. That's next on 101 ESPN. Hey, the month is winding down, but you still have an opportunity to head out to Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. They've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles all in one location, right at 555 in Herculaneum, minutes from South County. They've got the kind of selection that won't be beat. You'll love it. If you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, one, you can peruse the vehicles that they have and know that you're going to test drive those same vehicles on their lot whenever you go down there. It's not a situation where you get to drive all around looking at different lots and hoping to find that car. No, at Auto Centers Nissan, once you go to the website, choose vehicle. By the way, click the green Claim My Buyer's bonus button because that'll lock in additional savings. In fact, their vehicles on the website are eligible for up to $1,000 in additional savings. So make sure you do that. But when it comes to Auto Centers Nissan, what you see online is what you're going to see at the dealership. And right now, the new Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Frontier models are all eligible for 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. Plus, those remaining 2025 models that they have on the lot have been discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP. So now is the time, from now to the end of April, to get your next new ride at Auto Centers Nissan. You're going to love it. You're going to love the vehicles, love the selection, love the deals, and most of all, love the people. Auto Centers Nissan and AutoCentersNissan.com.
the question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, time for part one of the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Speaking of Marsh, he's got question one.
Question number one.
All right, this first one comes from Grant Francis Fan Club. Should the Blues interview Torrey Krug for one of the assistant coach vacancies? Seems like someone who is both high energy and knowledgeable on the power play.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if Torrey Krug has any desire to coach the NHL.
Are they still paying him?
I think he's off the books now.
I was gonna say, man.
I
Sounds
think
like you need
he's
a job.
off the books. Let's see here, Torrey Krug. No, he's on the books for another year, so
you go.
might want to think about it. Do I think he would be good at it? I think he would be. I mean, anybody who has run a power play for as long as Torrey Krug, you're naturally a coach kind of anyways within your own group. Now, what does that role look like ultimately? Is he the defense coach too? I'm not sure what he's got as far as his ability to do that. But if you're bringing on three assistant coaches, like Monty had suggested, maybe you have a power play guy like Torrey Krug. I'm not doubting that he could do it. It's his desire to do it, and if it's the right fit.
So Grant Francis Fan Club notes that his brother is an NCAA head coach. Doesn't necessarily mean that he wants to, but it looks like it runs in the family.
Yeah, I mean, the dad was a coach, too. The family's awesome. But again, Krug has made a lot of money in his career. He may not want the stresses of doing that. He might want to just sit down in Florida and sit on the beach and play with his kids and raise his family and do those types of things. I don't know. Or maybe he's got the itch to get back into the competitive world, and he could, he's dying for an opportunity like this. I do know that if he had the desire to do it, that I'm sure Alex Steen and Doug Armstrong would listen.
Question number two.
From the 636. We might know Jamie's answer for this one, but maybe he has a different one. What's one thing that you believe to be true for your whole life that turned out to be false?
The whole swimming. Don't swim after, 30 minutes or something like that?
After eating?
Yeah.
What? That's not true?
I don't think so.
That's not true.
Yeah. I think the adults wanted to get into the pool at that point,
That what that
so
is?
they lied to you. Yeah.
I think some of the things, you got people listening that,
Well, yeah, we're.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Can't really say.
We're not going into that stuff.
Yeah, we don't say that.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely.
Well, with some other things, though.
Well, apart from Drew Brees not being MVP in the NFL,
I think you, though, yeah. You did think that.
The expression, does a bear crap in the woods, I've seen lots of bears crap all over the place.
Yeah.
Parking lots, on picnic tables, like all sorts of things, yeah. So it's not just reserved for the woods. If they got to go, they're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another one was like if you swallow gum, it'll stay in your system for like 7 years. So don't.
That was another one.
There's another one, too,
that
my grandma used to use, too. Not my grandma. I forget who it was. Said something about if you eat your own boogers, it turns into spiders in your belly.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Turns into spiders?
Never heard that one.
I have heard that spiders will crawl in your mouth while you sleep. I don't know if that is true.
I mean, I'm sure they would.
It could happen.
Sawing logs and you got that mouth wide open.
I used to think, we were told, growing up that if you kept the interior light on in the car, like at nighttime, you were going to go to jail. Like, you're going to get pulled over.
Yeah.
You get pulled over, turn it off. God.
I actually use that. I used that on one of the latest trips because, it's like it's getting dark and I've had enough. And we're driving, we went to Florida. And one of the kids just kept popping that thing. And I used that one. I'm like, hey, Guys, seriously, keep that off, or what's going to happen is cop's going to pull me over. I'm going to jail. You'll never see Daddy again.
Wait,
So
what?
they kept turning it on.
They're like nudging each other. Let's
guys.
go. All of a sudden, I see Lincoln's little hand go up.
Lincoln's like, finally figured it out.
Done. Yeah.
You're telling me that's not a thing?
Nope.
I didn't know that.
I don't think it's a thing.
I don't think it's a thing either. Let's see. What else? Yeah.
Well, what about the whole, and I know this has been brought up with we brought this up before, the Mandela effect, but you got the Berenstein Bears and the Berenstain Bears thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do you fall in line with that?
I always said Berenstein Bears.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's not how it is.
No, it is.
Those people.
It's Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
We don't have to go back and forth about it.
Nah.
I do a quick Google search on that one.
Nah, we don't need to. It's,
okay,
it's
we're all living in a different
Berenstein
timeline.
Bears. Yeah. Do you remember the Berenstein Bears, Jamie? Did you ever read those when you were a kid?
No.
Family of bears. I think they lived in a tree or something.
Yeah, I remember.
Fun family. A lot of different adventures.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Okay.
Learning lessons.
314 brings up, if you do that one thing, you'll go blind.
Yep, there's that one. Yep.
That's completely not true.
It's not.
It's not true.
Once you figure that out.
Tell you what, tested that for a few years.
Nope, still see.
2020, Mom.
You lying
Liar.
sacks of... if you go outside with like your hair wet, you'll catch a cold. It's not true.
So it depends on the weather. If you go outside,
It's viruses.
It's nothing to do
you
with
get
the
you get
weather.
sick.
Yeah.
Like if it's cold
No.
outside, you can get sick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We're starting all over.
You can.
We are.
can.
A virus, like that's the thing. that
Do you
gives
not
a
get
cold.
sick?
Yeah, but the virus isn't your cold hair.
Yeah.
No. You get a virus. You can get a virus. You can get sick.
It's germs. Viruses are germs.
You can get sick.
No.
So you're telling me you
You're
go
out there licking
outside.
doorknobs. And you didn't
That's more. That's
Go
worse.
outside and you didn't fully dry off, and it's
That's nothing.
3 degrees
No.
outside.
No.
Nothing.
You're not gonna get sick.
No, you
Come
might
on,
get
man.
hypothermia or something, but
That sounds pretty damn sickly to me.
you're not going to catch a cold.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All those cold plunge people are sick everywhere.
Then you don't see them afterwards, do you? They don't do it the next day.
I do it every day.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's warm now.
Here's another one. Don't touch the eggs of the baby bird eggs, or don't touch the.
Yeah, or they won't.
Or the bird won't return.
Yeah.
That bird's coming back.
Bird's coming back.
Be careful.
Vengeance, too.
Oh yeah, peck your damn eyes out.
Yeah, that can be
See, I heard that with the rabbits. If you touch a baby rabbit, those rabbits will come back.
Well, there's
What I
a
learned is
documentary
it's-
out about a gentleman who was not kind to rabbits, and he paid the price for it.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted to touch those rabbits. His friend
Wanted to tend to them.
took care of him. So
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll read about it at some point.
I think I know which documentary it was.
Jamie.
Start off as a book.
It's a tale
His
as
friend was very
old as
big.
time. His friend was very big. Yes.
They're really big fella.
Pretty funny
He
rabbit.
trying to-
he didn't mean any harm.
Ah, he's just loving.
But
very
his
loving.
friend, he knew bad things were coming, so he took care of him. He's a true friend.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Question number 3.
All right. From the 573. How do you feel about the Sidney Crosby flop from last night?
That was a little much, but I don't know. The whole thing was kind of comical, really. Hathaway skates by and at the last second gives a little beaver tail whap to the face of Sidney Crosby. You just thought he got hit with an elephant gun. He went down, and then the referees called both players, which I hate that, by the way. It's either a penalty or it's an embellishment. How can it be both? Because if he's embellishing, it means it wasn't really an infraction to begin with. And if you call the infraction, then how is it an embellishment?
Maybe it's an infraction, but he just overplayed it. Maybe it is both. Like I could hit you, and you could fall out. And the punch, I actually did hit you, but it didn't hurt as bad as you made it seem. See what I'm saying? So it's both.
Yeah, but either it was a hard punch or I embellished.
But it's
not both.
No, no.
It can't be.
You can't hit somebody, but I can't. Then you act like it was more than what it was. I'm not supposed to hit you, but then you're not supposed to act like I hit you that hard.
If you're committing an infraction, then that's the infraction.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how.
But you went overboard with how you responded.
I don't know. I think it's stupid.
Of course you did.
All of it.
All right, let's get to part 2 of the Sports Six Pack. So if you haven't had your question answered, keep those rolling in. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. Part 2 of the Six Pack next.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet family has been in business for over 85 years. You don't do that by accident, folks. No, you don't. Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, just a great group of people over there. And now they've got 2 great locations for you. The original location in Florissant, Missouri, and the brand new Londoff Autoplex out in St. Peters. In fact, was talking to Jim Saffo today. He's helping me out with one of the vehicles that we own right now. They do a fantastic job at both locations of making sure the customer is always taken care of. The salespeople are awesome. There's no pressuring you. Not like the old days. There, people, they're by your side, breathing on you. No, Johnny Londoff, their team. They're there to help you. If you have questions, they answer the questions. If you want to see a specific vehicle, they'll get that vehicle. If there's a price range that you're looking at, they'll find those vehicles because they care about you, the customer. And I want you to get that kind of service from Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. So please, again, visit either location. Walk in. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. But if you can't get there in person, get there online. Visit Londoff.com or LondoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Chris Kerber and our interview with Steve Ott, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. After the show, we will have NFL Draft Day 1 coverage starting at 6 o'clock. But we have to answer your questions next as we have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack. So text into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Kerry Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. There's Andrew Marsh with question 4.
Question number 4.
All right, from Tim's Toothless Bottom Boy. Could you guys list off some of your top diamonds in the rough of late round draft picks who turned out to be superstars? Here's some examples.
Tom Brady.
Albert, Pavel Datsyuk, etc.
Tom Brady.
I guess
Antonio
if you're looking
Brown.
for guys who kind of did okay.
Brock Purdy.
Tom Brady. Brock Purdy, yeah.
That's a good one. Let's see here.
Jamie Rivers.
Man, he's a
Carved
third
out a
round.
pretty good career for a bum.
Third round pick, though. Yeah. Let's think of more like late.
Let's see. I don't know why Priest Holmes came to mind. I think he was undrafted, though. Was Priest Holmes undrafted?
I don't know.
I think he was.
I mean, the list, honestly, the list of
Terrell
undrafted,
Davis?
I think he was a 7th round pick.
He was later. He's a Hall of Famer.
I think the list of undrafted players
Henrik
is
Lundqvist.
much greater.
205th overall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Henrik Zetterberg, 210th overall. Joe Pavelski, 205th overall. Pecorine, 258th. NHL's got quite a few. Jamie Benn, 129th overall. He's captain of your Dallas Stars. So quite a few guys in the NHL ended up saying, screw you, where you picked me.
Terrell Davis, 6th round pick.
Yeah. Priest Holmes was undrafted. Was he?
Well, let's see here. Let's stop guessing.
He was.
He was undrafted.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know my undrafted brethren.
George Kittle, 5th round.
Yeah.
As we talked about earlier this week, Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick.
Oh, wow.
Dak Prescott was a 4th round pick.
He was. That was a good one.
Yeah. Undrafted Kurt Warner, Warren Moon, James Harrison, otherwise known as Debo.
I feel like there's got to be a lot of late Major League Baseball draft picks that turned out to be just studs.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see here.
Well, baseball, yeah.
Baseball, they've got so many damn
remember how many
rounds.
rounds they used to have?
A billion.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Get a text from 314. Peter Bondra, 8th round pick, 503 goals, almost 900 points. Peter Bondra of
Boston Bruins.
Well, a lot of teams, actually.
Well,
Washington Capitals.
That's the team that I think of.
Yeah.
Was he a Bruin?
I don't think Peter Bondra ever played for the Bruins, to be honest.
Damn it.
I don't think he did. No.
Chance.
Best late round MLB player?
Yeah, Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols, thank you.
The texter mentioned Albert.
What round? I don't care. What round?
16th.
No.
Damn. 13th.
Yes.
Yep. Something like that.
Mike Piazza, 62nd round.
That's
the hell, they just drafted
so
him.
many
They
rounds.
just drafted until they were, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, that is crazy.
John Smoltz, 22nd round.
I should have played baseball.
Let's see here.
I've definitely been drafted.
Chase Utley, 15th round. Mookie Betts fell to the 5th round. Paul Goldschmidt, 8th. Jacob deGrom, 9th round.
No, Shannon Sharp. Forgot about him.
Yeah.
7th round. Richard Dent was an 8th-round pick.
All right, go ahead. Please. Next question.
Question number 5.
From the 314, what is your favorite segment that you look forward to doing the most on your show each day?
Criticisms and compliments and 3 stars of the day.
Me do it. What I learned, you can throw that in there.
It's Jamie's favorite segment. Mine too. What? No, that's not what you were looking for?
No.
I like the Gauntlet.
My favorite's the first.
Really?
Yeah.
Overachiever. Man, really? You say last.
No,
He says first.
It's the most energy. It's usually the topic that
If that's the only time you have energy, then that's a you problem. We try to bring it all day.
He does get to say, let's get nasty.
Because he goes to mentality.
Thank you, Carey.
all that
2 different locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I like the Gauntlet. It's always a good time. It's also the midpoint of our workday.
Yes. Yep. I like Prove Me Wrong. We do that on Wednesdays. Sports Six Pack I enjoy.
Yeah. Freedom Friday, which
Freedom
is
Friday,
tomorrow,
baby.
if you didn't know.
How about that? Freedom Friday. Mañana. Yeah, looking forward to it. Marsha, what about you? You haven't given us your favorite segment.
I like the Gauntlet. I think the Gauntlet's fun.
Okay.
We get to do some trivia. You know, I love that trivia, Anthony. That's why you asked me to participate that one day.
You did quite well.
Not because I live 5 minutes away from the building, but because you know that I love trivia.
Darn right.
And having a good time.
And you did well.
Jamie and I didn't get an invite.
No, you didn't, because Jamie was working at the Blues, and you weren't even in town.
You know what?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
It is true.
You're allowed
I
to
don't know
still
if that's
ask.
true.
Listen,
You
guys.
say, hey, look, I know you're busy, but for some reason.
Just out of respect, man.
Yeah.
Like, the hell with those 2 guys.
Yeah. I invite you to everything.
Hell we inviting them for?
Everything.
Yeah. Well, see those guys enough from 2 to 6. Think I want to see them at 6:30?
I do.
Sick of them. Marshy, you come along. Wow. That's
Listen.
harsh, man.
Listen, Marsh and his girlfriend Rachel
They live right by you.
came out that night. They also happen to be pretty close. I've invited you guys to things, and all I hear is, why don't you guys come out to our neck of the woods?
You've never officially invited me to your home. Not once.
true.
Not once.
That's not true.
That's 100% true.
Is it?
On my children's lives. You've never officially invited me to your home.
Why don't
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
You know, we're going to get
what?
his address
There's
and just
no
show up
telling
on
that
a
I'd even
Sunday.
go, okay? But you never had.
Not once.
Not once. Like, it's a paper cut. It still hurts. It's not like you stabbed me. I mean, it's a little paper cut. It hurts. Whenever you touch the paper cut, you remember, right?
Yeah.
It's like when we talk about going to people's things, and that hurts a little bit, because I remember Anthony's never invited me to his home.
Never, huh?
Ever.
I mean,
Damn.
No.
Yeah.
And we've been besties for a long time.
Well, I thought we were, but apparently it's business besties. That's how it works.
Man.
Within these walls. And that's okay. I had teammates like that, too. Love being at the rink with them. Never did anything from the rink. Great
Never
guys.
saw them outside of the rink?
I mean, honestly, when we all hang out outside of the show, it's always a blast.
Usually at my house where I've invited you guys.
First of all, I went to your neighbor's house. Second of all, thank you for the invite. Very nice.
Okay, fairness, Carey's never invited me to his house either. Carey lives 2 minutes from me.
That is, I'll tell you what, from South County, that is a trek.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
It is.
It's a commitment.
It was a good time.
You got to
It's
get out
something you
there.
do for your friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anthony,
Absolutely.
I love what you did with the countertops.
You've never been to my house either.
No,
You know what? Everybody's
you guys
invited.
just double date. That's all.
Well, listen, it was a trivia night. Okay.
It was like 2 years ago.
That turned into
Nah.
some karaoke.
it did.
And
It was a great
They went
time.
to karaoke, too. Didn't get the invite
Yeah,
for that
maybe
either.
that one. I love karaoke.
I know you guys can't make the
sporadic.
trivia, but we're going to do some karaoke. You're more than welcome.
That was a packed house.
Hey, Jamie, after
was.
the game, I know it takes a while to unwind. Let me do some karaoke. Stop by.
yeah, dude, South County.
South County. It's right on your way home.
Right there.
Oh, man. By the way, at the baseball game the other night, and there was a gentleman that said, I was walking through the parking lot, and he said, "Hey, love your show. Tell the guys, love the show."
Thank you.
So, just want to let you guys know.
Appreciate it.
People like you.
Thank you.
Not him.
He would probably
Not
like
him.
you.
But people.
That guy did. Yeah.
There's people out
Very
there that
nice.
like you.
Yeah. So there you go.
Not you, but
not you. Yeah.
these people.
You know what? Why don't we go to criticisms and compliments? Why don't we just...
Carey's
why don't we
favorite
just
part of the
get-
show.
Favorite segment.
Let's put a bow on this disaster next on 101 ESPN. Hey, when it comes to Don's Garage Doors, you're going to get a full education when it comes to your garage door and whether or not it's working properly. And I mean that because earlier this week we had Don's Garage Doors out to our house, and I just wanted to take part of the tune-up special that they have. It's $29.95, so for under $30, you're going to have Don's Garage Doors come out and do the full-service tune-up and just make sure that nothing else is going on that could impact you down the road. Could save you a lot of money just for making a few adjustments. And for me, one of the biggest takeaways that I had was how much the motor winds up being overused when it doesn't have to be. So the Don's Garage Doors team, they came out, they had this scale in which measured how much weight the door is under when it closes, and how much weight and everything that is put on your motor when the door is going too fast. And when it comes to a garage door motor, I figured, okay, yeah, it probably lasts, 10, 12 years. It should last significantly longer than that. But there's all these things that Don's Garage Doors can do to make sure that everything is working in proper order. Everything should be working like it should. And next week when they come out, I'm going to follow the whole process. They're going to put a new keypad on, one in which it's got a camera and everything on it, upgrade the technology that we use in our households. If you have any sort of issue going on with your garage doors, or you want to upgrade, or if you want to just do the tune-up special to see what I'm talking about, to see if maybe the equipment that you're using right now could be working more efficiently and save you a big cost down the road, then call Don's Garage Doors at 866-4-DON-STORE. Again, 866-4-DON-STORE. Don't wait until you're stuck out in the driveway. Don't wait until you have a bigger issue. Call Don's Garage Doors or visit them at donsgaragedoors.com. miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tower Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Well, the podcast brought to you by Shaver Door Company. All right, time for some criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, from the 314, fun show as always. I look forward to 2 o'clock every day.
Well, thank you. We look forward to jumping on the air. Some of you guys want to share with the class?
No, we're good.
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
That was the worst. Teachers do that.
Yeah.
What, exactly. What are you calling
Professor Stalter?
I just didn't want to.
Like, what are you doing?
I just want to make sure that you guys
End of the day,
are locked in like you said you were.
You know
Locked in.
that if we're giggling over here, we're probably not going to share it with the class. Okay?
It's fair.
If you're mad that we're not sharing it with you, we will at the break.
yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate the invite, too.
This is some sad news that I currently just came across on the text line. This is from Chester, CD, his nemesis. It says, just to let you know, it is with great reluctance that I have to tell you this is the last show I'll listen to for quite some time. What? Unfortunately, my work has transferred me to the Mistake by the Lake. You guys are awesome. Listening to the four of you go back and forth each afternoon has been an absolute godsend. Wow. I will be back, but it's going to be months. And I just wanted to wish you all a farewell. And I also wanted to let CD know that there's somebody in Cleveland with a better record than him to the Lou. Or him to Lou. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Yeah.
Well, does he know that we have the app?
Yeah, you can listen every day, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Then you have to
listen
download
via
the
the app.
podcast.
Maybe he just won't be texting in as much.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no reason to stop him. I mean, my phone works in Cleveland.
Well, I mean,
Maybe he's working or something.
hey,
I don't know.
First of all, best of luck to
I
you.
just want to make sure
Appreciate
he's
all the kind words.
Mark, I just
Chester,
want to
we
make sure he's
appreciate you.
informed.
Chester, wow.
And much like Cleveland, they probably lose their last game.
Is that how you want to do that, Carey?
I don't know why. He would appreciate it.
Is this where you want
He
to
would
be?
appreciate it.
When
Chester would appreciate
is this where you want to be when Jesus shows up?
it. Right here with you all? Well, I'd probably be downstairs. You two would still be in here because you were, when that tornado came, you were trying to see Jesus yourselves.
Whatever, dude. What else you got? Chester, very nice to you, by the way. Good luck on the
Good luck,
the
brother. Hope you
transfer.
enjoy Cleveland. It is
Yeah.
actually a very nice city, man.
Not really.
It used to be a great place.
No, it is. In the summertime, it's a very nice city.
Wine bar.
It's a nice city in the summertime.
It's a great spot.
Sluggish.
People sure are friendly.
In the winter, though.
All right, Steven Time texted in, and I think this is a reference to that man that you saw in the parking lot, Anthony. He said, that was me, and I was just drunk.
Either way, appreciate it. Appreciate the nice words.
All right. From Curb Stomp, another banger as usual. Now let's bring on Freedom Fast Lane Friday.
Yes. Freedom Friday tomorrow, guys.
Can you read that
I can't
complaint,
wait.
Marshy? From the water boy?
From the water boy. Oh, yes.
Read that complaint.
This is a complaint from the water boy. I really wish Anthony would have let Jamie talk about Libby today. I wanted to hear his insights.
Yeah, some great.
I got
great
cut
work.
off for no reason at all.
He needs, here's the thing, Waterboy, he needs to follow direction better, and it's something that we continue to work on with Jamie, and at some point he will get there. I believe in him, but today was not that day.
We do talk to him about it often, right?
So when you ask
Us
a
in the
question,
leadership council,
Yep.
the leadership council of
the
this
leadership
show
council, okay,
has often had. We take you a peek behind the curtain. We often have conversations about Jamie and let him know what he needs to do better.
Funny,
and
and
every damn
you never
day.
talk to me about it.
No, we do.
No, you don't.
You're not listening. That's
all
the
these
problem.
little secret squirrel meetings behind my back.
You don't listen.
No squirrels.
That's one of the things we're saying, and you're like, what?
Carey, he didn't let you do your thing either.
He didn't.
I did let him.
You asked a damn question, and then when I gave you a damn answer, you didn't like it. No, don't do that, because it's probably going to be your next one. Well, it wasn't, was it?
First of all, I did because you pivoted.
That's not. How do you know that?
Pivoted. I know you.
You're a mind reader now.
I know you.
If you're a mind reader, what am I thinking right now?
I can't say it on these airwaves.
You got that part right.
Second of all, I did let him do his thing.
No, you didn't.
He dove into Google and then repeated what Marsh
I really did. I went right after.
That was a different part of the show.
That was a different time. Different time, different show.
How convenient for you.
Don't you do this on a Freedom Friday Eve. Okay?
I gotta hold you accountable.
Hey,
Kerry was right.
Hold on. We haven't done this in a while.
You told me. You said, we got to make sure we hold him accountable.
Hey,
you were right.
We haven't done this in a while.
We're not doing that right now.
He doesn't want to.
No. I've discovered a lot of things today. And I'm not right now with you.
Wow.
Okay?
Not feeling it?
I don't like that at all. We got to huddle up.
Okay, Coach.
Time out.
From the game. All right, Marsh, continue.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our third star of the day goes out to rabbits.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Sad deal there.
Don't get too close.
Don't get too close.
So soft.
Yeah, they are.
Our second star of the day goes out to Steve Ott.
Yeah, he's great. Great interview.
It was awesome.
Luck to the Thunderbirds.
Yes. And our first star of the day goes out to your favorite football team. Your favorite football team is going to make the right pick tonight.
Yeah.
And have the best
Not
draft.
yours, Ian.
It's the Falcons.
Well, technicality, they don't have a first-round pick.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Yeah, they might trade back up in there.
I think they could.
They'll pick a punter.
Trade for Ty Simpson.
I actually don't think they will because, like I said before, they are officially tanking. Look at all their moves that they've made this
don't think they're
offseason.
tanking.
You can't tell me they're not.
Tanking doesn't do anything in football.
Kevin
signed
Stefanski
Tua.
will love that.
Yeah. He's used to it. Well, that's why they hired him.
Yeah. He's a pro at it.
He was trying to get fired at the last
He was.
He's definitely trying to get fired. Definitely.
It's the guy we want. Guy that doesn't compete. Yeah, fit right in.
Go Steelers, man.
Go Steelers.
Yeah.
What defensive tackle you looking at?
Probably Peter Woods.
Yeah.
Out of Clemson.
There you go.
21st pick.
I love it.
D
Pair
tackle.
up well with the guy last
The
year.
rest of the year before.
For Jamie Rivers.